is hype. Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. You're here today for the June USO Community Cup Rocket League 3 versus 3 powered by Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. Teams will compete in a best-of-3 double elim bracket for $1,200 in prize pool. Alongside me, the amazing Adam, but we'll get to him in just a second. Since 1941, the USO has been the nation's leading organization to serve men and women in the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they join, through their assignments and deployments, and they transition back into their community, the USO is always by their side. Absolutely. Adam Chizu McGuire. Here is my question.
Okay.
You're a great Rocket League player.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I would say average on my best days, but okay.
Well, hold on. I wouldn't go that far. And my question to you is, when prize money is involved,
yes,
which direction does your accuracy go?
I am not clutch. I fall apart.
Unclutch?
The more pressure there is, the less likely I am to find success. And that's what really separates me from like the challengers you're going to see today. The ability to find the openings, take advantage of them, and then ride that momentum. Again, if I hit an overtime, it's like, well, we lost that anyway. So no clutch from this guy, but I'm very excited to see what we have on desk today.
Well, and they're going to have to show their clutch today. They're going to have to get it figured out. These are 3v3 teams. There are 12 of them total in this tournament, and here's the way it looks. U.S. Army active or reserve, 3v3. Top team in the bracket hosts the first match. That's always a good thing. Bottom bracket hosts the second. That's how they can get them coast to coast to even it out a
exactly.
little bit. But there's typically also a 30 ping differential that
sure.
you just got to find. You just got to
right.
remake if you don't have
if
it.
You're still on like net zero internet, it gets a little weird.
Yep, if you got to find one more AOL 100-hour disc
right.
to get it going, then you're probably going to have a bad day.
Mom answers the phone, you
yep.
drop the game.
So $600 for first place. So you know, if you've got someone carrying you, maybe you don't get $200 if you
sure.
win it all.
Sure,
you have
right.
to give a little to that person who's actually the clutch player. But first, second, and third break out like this. So even if you start bad,
right.
you've got an opportunity to finish because this is a double elimination tournament.
Well, think of the last time you made $200 on a Saturday playing video games. Like,
yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
true.
And you didn't even have to win the whole thing. I think that's a big dub for all involved as well.
Absolutely, and you can qualify yourself now as a professional
right.
Within your own home and see how far that gets you.
Exactly.
So, as we get ready to do this, our first two opening teams, we were just taking a look at them a second ago, Anti-Xylem and then USAE.
Absolutely.
Tell us about Anti-Xylem. You did a little bit of searching.
So again, my Google skills are not the greatest. It's been a while since I've had to like research anything,
right.
you know. But from my understanding, Xylem is kind of a targeting for, a targeting by. Therefore, we take the previous anti. It appears these guys are either not on target or are not the targets of their opponents. Need a little bit more context clue as far as what exactly they're looking for. But the name alone has already got us thinking. So they must have a pretty solid strategy to back that up as well. If you come up with a name like that.
And they draw a tough one in the first round. USAE is a group that plays together all the time. I mean, if I'm filling out my fantasy bracket here, I'm probably advancing USAE here.
Right.
But Anti-Xylem may have something up their sleeve. We're about to find out what they're all about.
Yeah, I mean, and of all of the teams that, we know about, the USAE, and then I guess the Academy side is going to be showing up today too. So two crews that have not only scrimmed against each other, but they have the knowledge as well. It's so interesting about Rocket League is that even the most minor adjustments or just playing against people who are just slightly better than you can actually open up your mind's eye to what you can be going up next. So yeah, Anti-Xylem does have quite the match ahead of them, but you know my quote, any team, any day, doesn't matter. These are simply just numbers and stats, and a Cinderella story could happen at any moment.
Yep. The rest of the game, you guys understand completely. It's just cars. It's boost. It's goals. It's passing.
Back post.
It's whiffing.
Yes.
Which is
faking.
really important.
What a save.
All right. The keys to these games. Hey, that's me. In Rocket League, create mistakes, punish the double commit.
Yes.
Use boost very wisely.
Easily my weakest spot.
So important. Yes, and bump your opponents to disrupt. I was playing a couple games yesterday.
Absolutely.
And we won because I was willing to go into the goal and just tangle with somebody.
Well, the thing is you definitely didn't go up and whiff and then just decide you needed to turn right instead of left and you ran into an opponent. You planned that from step one, Doc.
That's
I saw
right.
I watched. I was there.
So the keys to the game are brought to us by Mutual of Omaha, Mortgage, and the USO. They've joined forces to provide service members and their families with resources needed to learn about their VA home loan benefits. Through their support of the USO's transition program, they host workshops that provide valuable knowledge to those that serve our country. Thank you, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, for being part of the USO family and being a force behind the forces.
It's a big force, definitely. So I'm so excited because, again, these are any team, any day kind of situations, but you always get these wild cards. You know, you always have like one player on one team that just really, really stands out, and then you get to see the wingman, if you will, try to carry, you know, what else is left behind. Because Rocket League is not a one-person game. Sure, you can get styled on by these super grand champ guy. You're rocking a Platinum 2 on a good day situation. But when it comes to these
Platinum 2 snow day.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. you're rocking the dunk contest in
that's
the
all
basketball.
you got.
But you got, you know, a very eclectic group of individuals, and one of these individuals can outshine the rest. And so that's what I love about these USO events is it's just a cavalcade of awesome.
And these are people with jobs, responsibilities, assignments.
They don't have
missions.
summer vacation time.
Yeah, they don't have as much of that. So they're
What is a break? What is a vacation?
They don't even know. And so we're going to see what skills they've been able to put together. This game's been around a little bit. What are we, season 7 now?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's been around a minute.
Just
so
a smidgen of time. Absolutely.
Some of these folks could have played this game a lot as
you used to have to pay
person.
for it.
I know.
I mean, back
yeah, you guys, you don't even know what it was like back in my day.
Before it was bought out and turned free to play.
That's right.
Oh, we're old, dude. We're getting there. I mean, some of us
true.
more than others, but, you know, that is what it is.
All right, so in this first matchup, USAE, Anti-Xylem, we're dropping in right now. Those are some names, but different names.
You know, we'll figure it out. With Jester Samara, right away, Scout is just going to fire at will and is rewarded. This face-off here comes off a little cattywampus. That back post was not as back, but the second touch is going to be good and in for Scout.
Scout taking that cheat position, but the squirt into the corner there set him perfectly up to be able to do that. Next one, 50-50 goes again on the side of blue, which I think is USAE.
And what a move. Great use of the boost there, goes right over the top. A little bit of a miscommit there from the side of Samara. As you see, we were just, you know, we were thinking about the ball, just didn't really want to commit quite a bit. It feels bad, but definitely reboundable. Second one there for the side of USAE.
The first 7 seconds of every single one of these kickoffs is always chaos.
Absolutely.
Ooh, nice double stall there, still trickles over, tries to get position. He's sending Jester, you're sending it the wrong way. Jester does look like a bot.
Oh, and that's going to actually be Reese finding yet another one. The shots here are unrelenting. Not only on goal, but just no real follow-up. We saw all 3 go for the face-off. Not sure I agree with that move right there, but so far, Blue, off to the races.
All right, Samara, Outlaw, Jester. These do either sound like Top Gun pilot names or bot names when you build a bot.
Oh, that's true. Oh, and Anti-Xylem is actually up. And there is another one right there. Give him the Hattie, the animation. Anti-Xylem up 4. I don't even think we've lost 60 seconds on the clock yet, Doc.
Oh, my goodness. It is a restart. That's why we had Scout and Outlaw in there.
Okay, so it was bots, not just, you know, conveniently placed names. I thought maybe we were just getting a little yuck in there, a little ha-ha.
I was sad that we never got to a point where somebody demoed Jester so that one of us could say,
go ahead.
Jester's dead! Sorry, it's a Top Gun summer.
It is, especially if you haven't seen the new one. Anyways, that being said, it's a Rocket League day today, and as we reset and recollect, we can already see, again, whether or not that was the situation of Anti-Xylem like just popping off, or if it was supposed to be a gentleman's agreement, I guess is the term you're supposed to use.
I don't know.
They call it a warm-up round, from my understanding. Usually you just go into training, but you might as well just beat up on the opponent. Send the mental message right off the bat.
So even if USAE wasn't in there, I'll tell you what, I'm not that good against rookie bots.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Listen, that's why I only play the career mode, a little-known career mode that is in Rocket League. Because when I play against real people, I cry. I cry a lot.
Franchise? You just play franchise mode?
Yeah, absolutely. You should see my Wizards team. It's absolutely amazing, and our gray paint is nothing short of amazing.
Gray paint.
That's what it is on the Wizards. And see, that's how much I play it. I know that the team colors and coordinations for the bot teams. But we will see the real superstars here in the very near future. And we're already getting a sneak peek, I guess. Is what
and if you're watching this back on social media later, and you've wondered why it's just all gone to gray and to slow motion, and you're just looking at Adam slowly dying inside.
Always, dude. Listen, there's a reason I cast and don't play. It's because I can't do one or the other.
All right, jumping back in now. Here we go.
There we go. There's a name. There's the skin, and that looks a little bit more raring to go. And yes, quite a bit of a different situation here. No triple commits right off the bat. Nice little reset off of the roof there. Second shot is going to come in as Anti-Xylem is going to put that on there. Echo looking for a second attempt, and he wants a third if he can find it, but turned out by Slick Mike with relative ease.
So Dizzy, G.I. Joey, and Slick Mike make up your USAE team. Reese, Echo, well, we know the name Reese, right?
Yes, we do.
And Xylem.
Not supposed to be here. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be in the tournament, man. Your team registered. What a pop and a great shot. It's open and over, but wide to the left.
Now covering back. There's not getting much pressure here. Same against the bots a little bit ago. USAE, Slick Mike over the top.
Doing his best Slick Rick impression and sliding on in there. Great set here. G.I. Joey's puts that off the wall. Amazing second touch. All Slick has to do is be there, and he is, and finds the square, if you will. That'll be 1-0 in favor of USAE.
4:15 left to go in this. Anti-Xylem hopes to have some of their bot warm up, and they get a shot. Reese answers.
This is the faking that we were talking about, Doc. The mental game. Xylem goes up and says, never mind, and they just let Reese pop that one in. Dizzy not able to get up fast enough. A split-second decision. Doesn't decide to jump early enough, and that'll be an equalizer here in the first of our best of three.
Olympic volleyball players that may be in chat, please let us know what that's called when somebody goes up and doesn't actually spike it.
Yeah, it's probably got some kind of different name there, but Slick Mike not able to find it there. Second attempt from G.I. Joey's is going to neutralize that. Should have an opportunity as Reese is going to stall that. For Echo to put on net, it is a little short, but will allow for Xylem to put one up over on the crossbar. Dizzy able to flick that one out, and G.I. Joey now on the attack with his teammate. Great attempt, but turned away by Echo.
Gets it high off the wall here. Echo with a second touch. Boy. It's on! Kaboom!
If we take a look, his teammate was almost the better defender there. It looked like he almost hit him in the behind as Echo puts that on. And yeah, Xylem Reese has to peel out, gets the bump, and makes that save nearly impossible.
Anti-Xylem did not get back on that rotation. They were pushed so far forward they couldn't respond to a big clear like that. Just happened to be that the big clear was on. G.I. Joe using my move, but high
off signature.
Exactly. Slick Mike puts it away nicely there in this Mutual of Omaha mortgage-sponsored, well-supported event. Okay. With only 3 minutes, 10 seconds left, they're chasing by one. USAE needs a go-ahead or a goal to catch up.
Yeah, somehow, some way, they need to find a way in. You see the attempts. You see them looking for a way in. It's just the connections aren't quite there. A mechanics thing. It's the first game of the day. Maybe warm up fingers, give your fingers a little pop, and you can tighten up those controls just a bit because the gameplay is there. A nice little bump and an opportunity. Not able to finish there. USAE is found wanting. Second attempt. Joey leaves the net wide open, and that will be punished hard. But thank goodness for Dizzy. My head is spinning as he knocks that one out.
Slick Mike struggling to get enough boost here. Tends to be on the wrong side of halfway most of the time. Joey B trying to set up. Slick Mike, as soon as he gets it, has to spend it for positioning. There it is.
Says he's not supposed to be here, but
good thing you were.
Exact spot, exact place, and a nice touch off the nose is going to find at the back of the net. So, 2-goal lead in the favor of Anti-Xylem. But as we said, USAE, one of the forces to be reckoned with, and 2:30 is still plenty of time, almost literally half.
Xylem with the Rocket League equivalent of felt cute, might delete in his name there. Echo trying to get control of it there, but it's just going to get banged around. Now down to the blue end.
Nice touch.
Andy Xylem on the defense. Can Dizzy get a touch on it? No, plays it off the wall. Wow. It just gets 50'd right out of his possession there. Oh, big clear, open goal. Anybody? Oh, couldn't touch it. Ah, so close, Slick Mike.
He had the opportunity, just was not able to correct himself in the right way. Those always feel bad. You put it off the crossbar, you should be able to follow up. He just isn't able to get the angle. Demo could open up some space here. Shot on, up, and away. I don't think Slick Mike really needs to go up for that one. A little bit of a panic play, but this one here is going to pop it up. That leaves the net wide open, but Joey is going to put a nice attempt here on the board. That one right there bouncing off the back crossbar. Again, you didn't have to go for it. It leaves it wide open, and Joey drives it home.
Okay, this puts him only one away. Nice touch, read it perfectly. The Fennec does what it does best. It's just a big old Lego brick.
Absolutely.
And just kind of puts it. Doesn't aim real well, but it can put something back.
Well, it does also have the ability to have the Team Liquid skin for those of you who care. So that's the big point. Nice little carry there off of the nose, but is turned away there by the side of the USAE. They're going to continue on now, push their counterattack. And little 1v1 play here. Nice little push, nice little bomb. It's huge. USAE is back into it. What a play.
Equalizer by Dizzy, getting it centered there. Nice little touch. He doesn't get the credit for it, but I just call that Dizzy shot. Yeehaw indeed. Okay, the poll has closed. Number of people who care about the liquid skin on the Fennec car.
Zero.
Okay, surprising.
Wait, I didn't even get to vote. That's not fair.
That was a pretty fast poll there. All right, they're putting it together here. Slick Mike trying to get in position, has a little bit of boost, but not enough. Star for most of this match. Seems to be the story. I'm going to blog about it anyway. All right, high off the wall. They're just trying to get a good clear, but Reese actually gets control. Can anybody follow?
It looks like that one's going to just be booted to the corner here.
See ya.
Xylem able to get something on there, tries to stall the momentum. This is on, but should be easily responded to. Slick Mike is going to receive that package there. Dizzy putting this one on towards the goal. Wants the second. Little bit of a weird flight there, maybe just trying to flex their stuff, but not able to find it. Put that one on the ground. 1v1 here is pushed away. The roll attempt is not going to connect. Slick Mike tries to boot that one out, but it does not go. And now G.I. Joey has the opportunity.
25 seconds left. The first goal here potentially wins it all. Oh, off the high right there. Unable to get it there. Sent back by USAE.
Great move.
It was a great move, but they've got control here. USAE needs to set one up. And Xylem, anti-Xylem needs a big clear. You can't let it linger right there. Even with this going down, anybody can keep it up here and get a nice touch. It's going to fall right in front again. Can anybody get a rotate? Can prevent it from touching the ground?
Nice.
It does. It's going to bang high off the wire. They've got to ground it. Can anybody touch it? In good position. Oh.
G.I. Joey tries, but is not able to get it. So now we go to the golden goal opportunity. First one to draw blood here in extra minutes is going to pick up the victory. What a great shot. Echo is there, but able to roll it away. Great heads-up play. Very uncomfortable position, but that one's on as well. Echo able to scoop it.
Fighter pilot stickers just below each of their boosts on the screen here. Slick Mike, the leader in the clubhouse, with shots. Very, very impressive. Reese doing a nice job with saves down on their end. Echo, no boost right now, trying to make something happen. Okay, can they get control? You can't let them just bang it around there. You got to get a big clear, get some boost, get some speed, knock that thing to the other end.
Absolutely, and I'm even going to go so far as to say, take a second, look at the direction and trajectory of these balls. I know you're always worried when you're on the back foot to try to get up, but it's been the undoing of both of these teams in some instances. Reese right there trying to get a situation, not going to happen. Now Slick Mike up and away. Look at the style, look at the class, and he's able to do it!
Game one goes to USAE. I think when we were talking about that, they were listening and writing down what we said because they did exactly what you said.
I said make it look pretty, and look at that. Slick Mike's like, how's platinum? How's this look? How's a bunch of diamond rings in your face? Slams it on home, picks up the first victory, and you can see right there, Slick Mike just firing on net and is rewarded for his efforts.
USAE with so many more shots by comparison. Slick Mike just basically like a gunslinger out there, taking as many shots as they can. But Anti-Xylem, even though they got shot on quite a bit more, held the advantage in side control. For those new, side control is when the ball is on the other person's side.
Right, when you are the aggressor, if you will. And that was one of the things, again, I feel like that game goes a little bit different. Maybe the nerves. You want to go fast. When you play Rocket League, you want to expend all your boost and just go with the ball as fast as you can. A couple of defensive mistakes changed. That's a whole different game, in my opinion.
Yeah, but that, that high off the wall, that air dribble, that retouch, getting that thing to drop in the bucket exactly like you wanted, that was a beautiful way to end it.
Mike's a stud. What can we say? So that being said, I'm lucky if I can even just touch the ball when I go up. That's why I just say
I think that was the first time he was ever at that altitude because he never had the boost to get up there.
Right, that was true. You did mention that. That was one of our pieces, too. You got to make sure you have the resources to make it happen. And when you do, it looks bella, as they say, in a place I've never been to before.
Well, here also, this is best of 3.
Great.
So we're going to jump into game 2 now here. USAE with the opportunity to finish this opponent off, send Antebellum to the bottom. But I don't think it's going to go that easy. I think this could easily go 3 games. Antebellum with control right off the
bat. Oh, demo right there. Xylem says, hey, I don't like that last game, but it's going to be put right on goal. That demo being punished. Nice little roll out there is going to stop the onslaught of aggression here from USAE. And now Anti-Xylem has an opportunity to breathe for half a second. Again, I mentioned slowing the game down, making your shots more meaningful. So far, not seeing a whole lot of that, and that is a sketchy situation that Joey just buries with impunity.
Yeah, you can't let it linger that long. You got to get, you got to body those aggressors as they're coming in, and don't let them have the pass the ball that you want. But I think everybody was just looking at the ball, and all of a sudden he just backdoored them.
Yep, absolutely. And like you said, no Cranberry fans here, no lingering around the net as that one drops into a beautiful situation. And Joey had nothing but that corner. He redirects that in a different way, and that pops right back out. But the aggression is on. The second one from USAE looked so beautiful there, but just a little bit off. And now Dizzy off to the races, but Xylem will stop that for a quick second. Echo tries to put it to his teammate, but instead allows for Slick Mike. And just a golden opportunity served on a platinum platter. Says, gimme.
Absolutely, and you know what? Slick Mike, with as many shots as he had last time, just finds himself in the right position to put those on. Now, if you're Anti-Xylem, you need to get something turned around real quick.
Oh, Joey, it's just so good, man. But right now, USAE is playing like they know that, not that they know that they can win, because they obviously did, but they are just playing so much more aggressive. You cannot carry that. Reese is going to drop it in front of his net, and if there was a Guardian Angel, it was there. Somehow that one doesn't go in, and now they find themselves on the attack as Dizzy is forced to return. Slick Mike there to corral this one and give his team some time.
Big runner, Mike back to get it out of there. He's going to follow. He's low on the boost, but still gets it to drop in front. Oh, can't connect on the pass and shot. They're going to have to back up here. Now Anti-Xylem with a little bit of pressure here. Oh, Reese can't make the touch. It's going to fall back on their side. They're going to be defending again. Echo with a clear. Anybody to follow?
Oh, there's a demo that had an opportunity, actually. It looked like they were 2v1 on the breakaway. Not able to corral that one in, though. Dizzy with a little backflip of doom, as we like to call it, because sometimes that goes absolutely horrible. No Pele's here, but Reese going to be showing off his Air Force Ones. Tries to get the flip reset, and instead is denied by USAE.
Xylem puts it back. They're just going to volley this one back and forth here like a good old tennis match.
Yep.
And you can decide who it's going to be, but this is going to be 3 now for USAE and putting Anti-Xylem in a really tough emotional spot.
Emotional damage as Mike once again pops that off of the back post. It is such a basic play maneuver, knocking it off the back post, recovering it yourself, and finding that goal. And Mike just makes it look even easier than need be, but that pinch was dirty.
So dirty.
Echo is rewarded. There's a little bit of, I don't want to say luck with this one, but look at this pinch off the wall.
No, Echo planned it the whole time. He's been practicing that solo pinch from that position.
Calculated, as they say.
So calculated.
Absolutely.
Trying to unlock for his Fennec that liquid skin. All right, here we go. They're 2 down, 3 minutes to go, roughly.
Listen, boys. Okay.
Yep.
That's just one of those I want it back situations. That play from the get-go was so unbelievably coordinated. Dizzy goes up. There is an attempt. Doesn't necessarily go through, but another one for USAE. They strike back.
G.I. Joey basically just playing out that training pack.
Right.
Oh, anybody?
Excuse me?
Anyone going to touch this?
Back
Okay.
post? No? Okay. Well, Xylem here with a little bit of flight looking good, but Echo is going to go up on that one. A little power of friendship. But we're going to roll this one up and let it on drop. Dizzy is going to get that one up and out off the backboard, and now Slick Mike and crew are able to move up. And we see what Mike has been able to do. Rinse and repeat, but the defense is there. Xylem knocks that one out to allow his team. Reese with an opportunity now. Up and over Dizzy. Not a chance.
Really nice B-roll there by Slick Mike to get back over the opponents, to get back in position there.
Oh, no!
Yep, Anti-Xylem can't get it there. Oh, anybody? No, it just took too long to get there. Joey, G.I. Joey going to try to get it back mid here, but Anti-Xylem doing a nice job of just continuing to bang it down there. I wouldn't call that offense. I'd call it more just fly swatting. Let's just get it out of there.
I like that. I like that. Maybe you need to get one of those salt shooter guns instead, because right now Xylem needs any kind of advantage they can find. That is not an advantage, but a great save right there by Echo, allowing his team to remain in this game as 145 are on the clock, down by 3, but all the pressure in the world was for naught as this one in. Reese on, Echo denies. And a scary situation nonetheless.
Minute 30 seconds left. They've 3 goals in deficit here for Anti-Xylem to prevent them from going into the bottom bracket. And USAE wants to make that margin bigger, keeping the pressure on. I think we're going to see in the stats this is big-time side control by USAE. They try to clear it one more time, but Slick Mike there to redirect it. It's going to spend the wrong amount of time on the wrong side of the line for them. A little bit of a stutter step in my mind there, maybe as I travel back and forth to the future. But they're unable to get any real control on it. It's like, who can just bang it next? Now we have a shot!
Nice stop.
My goodness, Slick Mike. Cold-blooded, rock-salt killer.
And that's what I was saying, man. You know, salt in the wound is terrible, but right now USAE is using sulfur, man, as they are just pelting and peppering this goal. Xylem has to find some kind of fancy feed maneuver to try to float this one in. Meanwhile, USAE is just rifling off, just firing away, and they are finding opportunities. So it's not that, you know, Anti-Xylem doesn't have an opportunity. It's just they're having to work twice as hard almost. As Slick Mike has one shot lasered and turned away, followed up by his teammates. No problem there. And Anti-Xylem, again, back on the defense.
That hissing sound you hear slightly in the background is Anti-Xylem's hopes deflating right in front of our eyes.
Well, that's what it was.
Yeah, almost like a bounce house with a slow leak. Anti-Xylem, 5 seconds left, not enough time to do anything.
Yeah.
If they get one more shot on it, it'll be miraculous, but I think they're setting down their controllers. USAE advances in the top bracket, and Anti-Xylem gets a trip to, maybe Happy Land.
It's Happy World Land, you know, where you can have all the fun you want at only $80 a pop. It's an amazing place. They have a room that you sit in.
Yes.
That's got you know, brightly colored walls, some books, things of that nature, and so you can relax, breathe, and prepare yourself for what was next. Because again, I don't think that was a bad showing. I just think it was a better showing by USAE. Again, if some of those flights connect differently or just connect at all, that's a whole different scenario. But USAE was like, okay, first game, we're going to keep it close. We're going to feel it out, give the old tug of war, and then they just bury it home in that second match.
I think opponents of USAE just need to always know where Slick Mike is. They got
100%. It's hard. He's slippery. It's in the name. He's slick.
Yeah, he's Slick Mike, and he gets so many shots, and those hit home. Okay, we're going to take a quick little break. We're going to come back with
Psych.
We're coming. There we go. You thought you were going to get to go to the bathroom. You do not.
No rest for the wicked, and money does not grow on trees, so we might as well jump into the Hartford Yard Goats versus Regiment.
Wow.
I like the boot. Like, does anyone still play Rumble these days?
We need to push a Rumble tournament with everything we have.
Just to make sure, but it should be what they refer to as a banger on the streets.
Yeah,
especially like our first game.
What the kids say these days.
But it's
a banger. Let me take a quick look at the with my spectacles here.
There we go.
There we go.
Avalanche Aviation Nation Red should be happening. Aviation Nation White versus USAE Academy. The Hartford Yard Goats, like we were talking about, and as we were told earlier by production, one of the best names of all time, Rocket Leg. is on there as well.
Leg.
Rocket Leg. I love it. Not to mention the car with legs. Something I have not seen in my entire life. It also appears to be something that would be in Elden Ring, and so therefore I am having nightmares. It's like a car with legs. It's definitely going to be a terrifying team to go up against. And you see USAE right there will go up against Rocket Leg, and Regiment being added to the bracket as well here in the USO Community Cup. Rocket League 3v3 powered by Mutual of Omaha Mortgage.
As we get ready for this one, I'm excited to see what the Yard Goats have to bring.
Absolutely.
I'm a little bit sad that we're not going to get to see Rocket Leg take on USAE, but I think we're probably going to get to see them in the other bracket.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think it's required that anybody with a great name has to be on stream.
Well, and if you have your own custom icon there, like we saw, Yard Goats had their own, which that worked out. But again, it's Photoshop magic. Hopefully, we can get at least a close up of their team emblem because it is in fact amazing.
I'm concerned about any team who's spent a little bit too much time on their branding. Hey, did you practice this week? No, but check out this logo.
But check out our awesome logo. Hey, you got to look good, feel good, and then maybe you will play good. But we're finding out. And we're going straight in. That one comes off of the wall there, as it does look like Orange going to be right off the bat, gifting that one over to the side of Blue as we get names here in the very near future. Nice little aerial there is going to neutralize that one as it looks like Tut puts it on. His teammate finishes it. Excuse me, Ethan? You looking good, you feeling good, you scoring good, baby. That was disgusting. The one, the two. Beck would be excited with those two turntables and one singular microphone, as it does look like they are off to the races already as the Hartford Yard Goats are chomping away.
All right, 1-0, only 15 seconds down. Regiment just needs to get their groove back together. If you're just joining us, yes, we are just referencing 90s songs. For the rest of this cast here, you've heard, I believe, Jewel? No. Cranberries.
Yes,
and
yes.
And it wasn't Ben Folds.
No.
But we'll get there.
Beck. It's all right. Ethan carrying this one off as Skara here, if I'm saying that correctly. Plum going to put one on his Tut. Had an opportunity. Power slide is there, but the teammate from the side of Regiment probably should have peppered that on goal, but was trying to hook up the teammate. Shot there as Ethan turns that one away. Tut should be able to carry it out. Momentum is staunch for the ever so slight second as Tut is able to get that one off of the wall. Plum looking to re-corral, but we are still at neutral state as Plum will carry this up and on, perhaps, but too far to the right.
Didn't have enough boost, but it looked like he was going to follow. Ethan drops in the middle. Who can turn? Plum does. Going to put it high in the corner. Anybody able to follow? No. Spooky knocks it away, but Tut's going to keep it right in the center. Oh, great drop. Oh, Ethan almost put it home. Plum, again, going to be able to 50-50 that, but it doesn't go in his favor. Tut, with a little bit of a chase, says, hey, pass it to me, bro. Oh, right over the top.
Why do you need to pass when you can just give it to yourself? Let's take another look at this one. Ethan, again, going to set up for the back post, and thank goodness for teammates. Tut just finds the far left, and Kareem there, if I'm not mistaken, was not able to get up in time. So Hartford up 2.
Kareem? You know what?
Kareem?
When you try to advertise with your name, we all lose.
His name is now Live.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Spooky, Sakura, and Live all together.
Yeah, absolutely. And then again, Ethan, Plum, and Tut showing that they're working well together. The Goats are just chomping grass, if you will. Finding 2 of the early goals here with 3 minutes left to go. It does look like Ethan just hanging out. I'm sure everything is completely fine here.
We have Ethan's a DC. I think they're going to follow the rules here. Once the first goal has been scored, you play it out.
Oh, okay.
It just continues. That is generally the rule. Some people don't love that. Sometimes the rest of their teammates leave hoping for a remake, but that's not the way the rules go.
You know, this is one of those things where we don't need to have 3 teams. We're just going to destroy another person off of yours. So it does look like right here, the Hartford Yard Goats can literally just play defense for the next 2.5 minutes and walk away with a 2v3 victory. Whether or not that is the case, we will see, but it is a 2-minute drill, as they say, for the next little bit. But Hartford looking to put another one on goal, but not able to do so. Again, Doc, this is 2v3, and they're just smacking it home.
It's pretty impressive here. Nice little floater. No one really in position to help that. It's going to drop. They're going to take a little time. Spooky's going to get it high.
Huge.
Plum can't really redirect it where he wants. Oh, nice.
There it is.
A little steal by Tut. Self.
OMG. Tut is disgusting. Walking like an Egyptian and showing us why they were plated in gold. Just brings that one up and over. Second touch every time. Tut looking fantastic.
I think the computer even gave Tut the assist on that. Got shot, got goal, probably got assist.
Maybe even got a save while he's at it. I don't even know how that works, but you might as well give it to him in all ways, shapes, and form. And again, like I said, they can kind of just sit here, back post, play a defensive game, work on those goalie saves if you were. And it does look like a huge opportunity here for the side of the Hartford Yard Goats. They don't even need a third player. They already got 3 goals.
Yard Goats. That's impressive. Okay,
it is.
Spooky trying to get in good position here. Full boost.
Whoa, off the crossbar.
He's back. Can he oh, there it is. Okay. Now we have a game.
Now we've got an opportunity for a comeback here. But again, that demolition right there really did open up the floodgates. 1v2, 1v3 is difficult. And they show that with that whole situation, that's what they need. So maybe they play a little bit more of an aggressive game, bring up that third post man, and start playing a little bit more aggressive and start looking for more opportunities. Except for when this happened, the Plum is not able to finish it. But it does look like we're back to 3-on-3.
Back to 3-on-3, rejoined, which is, what you got to do.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely rude. Devastating, disgusting demolition there.
Yeah, now it's going to be back on the Yard Goats and Regiment making some progress here. Gets a shot. Will it bounce over? So close. No one able to put it back. No one in that mid-rotation to be able to take that second, that third shot. That's what's really missing for Regiment right now. They get some opportunities, but no one is really in position to take advantage of it. And that's not the way it's been working for the Yard Goats. They do have somebody in that second position to get a putback or to take something high off the wall and get their shot. And Sacker can't get there. It's going to get bumped away.
And their shots are, again, we talk about precision and accuracy. Even if the shot isn't fast, it is exactly where it needs to be. And some of the rebounds we've seen, like you mentioned, the second man, it's just been gifted to him. It's like, here, take it. Just don't screw this up. It's very, very small margin of error. That one turned away there as Sacra looking for something, but instead Tut's going up off the wall. Plum with the second touch, setting up for his teammate, but they're just going to let this one drop again. They don't really have to fight anymore. 13 seconds left. All they can do is really throw if they want to.
You know what? Kring might want to change the name to Garbage Man because he collects people's garbage most of the time here.
Absolutely.
Which is okay. Now this one's going to fall. This is going to be the end of this first one in this best of 3. It's going to go in the favor of the Yard Goats. And Regiment was able to put together enough. They can't claim that it was the DC that caused it because I don't think there was a single goal scored during the DC period.
Except for in favor of the Yard Goats.
Correct.
So the term is shorthanded.
Shorthanded,
it feels bad. Yeah. That is definitely a head scratcher at some point because, like you mentioned, you want to punish those mistakes. Well, what bigger mistake than having a player not there? So something to consider moving forward. Not that it's a sign of things to come, but that is a worrying trend if you're on the side of a Regiment.
As we get ready to drop into this next game as well, we're just want to remind you of the rule. Generally, the rule is once the first goal has been scored, you continue. Somebody DCs, you continue. It's too difficult to try to remake when any of those, and it can be
count
manipulated.
Down the time.
Yeah, it can be manipulated. So if a goal's been scored, the game will count.
Gotcha. Well, there you go.
Yep.
It's a very rare occasion. That happens every so often, but I agree with it. Once it's in, that's your thing. Maybe tell your parents that, they can't answer the phone if you're still on the phone line situation.
That's right.
I don't know, invest in your local internet service provider that has a great streaming deal. I don't know if we have an internet service sponsor. I didn't want to.
Yeah, we don't. Some of these folks might be playing on Cricket Wireless.
Right.
Hard to know.
There you go. Boost Mobile. You just hardline it in your phone, I guess. Your phone have a USB port? Anyways, as we jump on in, our landline. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. But we are off in game number 2. That we do know for sure. And Regiment, right off the bat, has an opportunity here as Sacra is going to try to corral this off the wall. Not able to, and Plum immediately fires back underneath Spooky, but is able to stop the momentum. But not for long as the Yard Goats continue their onslaught here from the left-hand side. That one is up and over. And Tut is just good, but it gets beat there. So we'll see what that means as Ethan is going to be the first line of defense here. They put that one down on the ground. Option, and Sacra finds it, and they look like a whole new team.
Wow, okay. They shook themselves off, so we got this, let's go. And Spooky sets it up perfectly, and that's what we talk about, second person in position. And they had a third person right there as well for the second putback. But Didn't need it. Scored home. All right, kickoff. This time goes in the favor. This is dangerous. Early in these kickoffs. If you can get a good redirect. Plum doesn't put it in a great spot. That is too easy to get back. Shot. Oh, Spooky can't quite get there. Oh, another shot. This is looking good.
Huge. This all fell apart because of the offense here. Spooky puts this up, so now this net is open, but you see the individual Plum tries to come on in there. Spooky's in his way. They are not able to turn that around, and the second touch, third touch, fourth touch, that ball was guaranteed in the back of the net.
Now with not even a minute gone in this, Regiment up by 2.
Excuse me?
There we go. The way that the Yard Goats can really break up this is they just got to get big aggressive clears, because if they're playing that far forward to try to clean up all of those errant shots, they're not going to be in a position to get good defense, and they're not going to have boost to chase it down.
Connections are not looking nearly as clean either for the side of the Yard Goats, who we saw fire off a nice little tic-tac-toe one-timer from the center point of the map. But now they're just struggling to get the ball on net, as it looks like Plum is just going to roll this off the top. That is an opportunity there. Ethan could put that in, and he does. That is more of the Yard Goats that we have seen in this first match. But again, we've plenty of time on this clock. Opportunity is up, and Ethan just says, cool, put it right in between the two of you. It's good. Give me the Dragons while we're at it.
Yeah, Tut was in control early, but died prematurely, unfortunately, and was forced for his teammate to make that. Oh, open. Plum gets in the way with his frowny face to boot. Second touch available. Pass to Tut. It's going to be off the high there. Another
Ethan.
shot. Can he? One more chaser. Yes. Tut. Wow.
Absolutely
worth his
amazing.
weight in gold.
Just so, yeah, absolutely. It just that one should have gone in there. Ethan is an absolute madman there. But we talk about rotations, usually in a defensive way. Watch your back post, make sure that third man's there. The offensive attempts from the side of the Yard Goats, just absolutely disgusting. You take a look, there's only a handful of shots, but
Ethan
multiple
follows.
goals as he tries to carry this one in. They're already equalized. They're looking to end this series, but are going to be denied their Tut with another opportunity off the wall. Watch him carry. Never mind, he's going to smack that one off the ground. Nice little pinch there. He's going to spend Ethan to try to corral this for the Yard Goats.
Doesn't get the 50-50 once. Ethan high off the wall is going to get a redirect. He's going to get bumped out of the way. Tut trying to get back on defense. Plum unable to get the 50-50 high, but it's going to drop in a bad spot. Could easily be followed up. It looked like Sakura stole the boost down there. Interesting to see how much boost is being stolen. Plum with another shot. Oh, he did what I did, which is have all the opportunity and then just fail on the last touch.
Hey, not everyone can be a superstar all the time, Doc. Don't beat yourself up too bad. Much like the Yard Goats right there. Recover well. Ethan doing a phenomenal job. I feel like we've been singing Tut's praises, but Ethan as well has made some beautiful saves, amazing shots, and Plum has been doing a great job keeping this team momentum going. Regiment looking like a whole new crew this time around as we sit 2-2 with roughly 2 minutes remaining. Shot on goal should be coming up here off the crossbar, but Tut says not happening.
The Yard Goats need the go-ahead here, but they're on the wrong side of the field to make that happen. Regiment needs their go-ahead to push it to a third game. 2 minutes left to decide this. Tut high off the wall. A nice little redirect by Ethan, but unfortunately it's a whole lot of orange in that corner, and they just are not getting it cleared. No one getting a clean touch on it, and it's just kind of banger ball.
And it looks like this one's going to be fired on. That neutral spot, you feel like, okay, I can just pop this off the wall, and there it is, turned away by Tut. And this is all because of an unfortunate set there from the side of the Yard Goats, as Ethan is going to once again put that thing right dead center. Tut gonna have to turn it away. Plum finds the opportunity. They thought they could breathe. They're wrong. Ethan tries to fire off. They cannot get this out of the zone, and right now Sakura gonna fire this, and it's in!
That was a three-way right there. I hope we get all three of them in the replay. Touch, off the wall, pass, shot.
And just beautiful. Both individuals not able to get there in
Plum
time.
was really close.
Super
Plum knew
close.
where it was going to be.
And like we
just
said,
couldn't
all it
make
takes is
happen.
one situation and it all comes crumbling down. Multiple attempts are rewarded, and now Regiment has their first lead of this series. And they could close this out with another 60 seconds or so. But that one right there, a little off-kiltered. I agree with Spooky not to just go balls to the wall, as they say. He'll be back and able to corral this one for his team. Now he has an opportunity here. Let's see what he's got, and a good one at that. The angle is in, and it's on!
Spooky!
The patience there from Spooky. Again, we mentioned that first opportunity just looked really cattywampus, but this is a huge and amazing opportunity. Tut just caught unawares.
Training packs paying off for his Spooky. Now, Yard Goats with a minute, they got to get 2 to equalize, and it's not been the
Big?
most. Yeah. Oh, maybe. What? No. Okay. Can't really get control on its wrong end anyway.
Sure.
This map confuses me because it's just so sandy.
You don't like sand, Anakin?
Oh, it's coarse and gets everywhere. I forgot the third one. I was so close, so close.
It's all right. You get 75%
really nice
shot on goal here, and Redmond's going to have to flick this one out. They're able to do so, perhaps distracted by the Star Wars talk. Shot on in. Spooky finds the death knell. Bring out your dead. As it does appear, we have a third game in our future. So again, this crew looking completely different. Both teams just, again, you talk about characteristics of a crew. Regiment firing on all cylinders here. You see all of those accolades there on the right-hand side of the screen, but Sakura going to put that one up. Ethan going to try to turn it around. 3 goals in 30 seconds is a hefty goal, but is, I guess, an option. But last 20 seconds here, it does look like Regiment will walk away and push us to a game 3.
That is going to make this pretty exciting. Yard Goats feeling good early on, but now they're just playing non-stop defense. Sakura and Spooky also doing a very nice job of putting these things together. Very interested to see the stats. We get to the end. It looks to be a lot more on the orange side than on the blue side. But I really think that the shot percentage is super, super strong.
Absolutely, and again, you kind of take a look, it's just almost like flipped on its head. You see the accolades there, again, being the awards or whatever. Looking relatively even, again, favored for Regiment, but I feel like there were shots that didn't register as those shot on goals that really opened up the floodgates, and we're talking shots that roll off the top. Again, the neutral positioning of the ball has been very, very dangerous for the Yard Goats. It's something that they need to pay attention to, because most of those were scored on, oh, I cleared it off of our wall and into the center, and oh, now I'm getting spiked on. Wow, weird. How did that happen?
I'm in the right position. Why are they scoring?
Well, right, and not only that, but like put it towards the opponent's net, not towards the wall. As somebody who's like learning certain pieces, that's my #1 thing that I see now, just being aware of it. You think you're doing something great, but neutralizing the ball actually allows for another golden opportunity. You're already on the back foot. Why are you giving it back to him? So something to think about, something to, you know, again, it changes game by game, but that was the one thing that if I'm the Yard Goats, we got to stop doing that.
Getting the speed necessary to get big clears is really hard when everybody's just kind of parked.
Exactly, absolutely. So, and again, I had no problems with the back post rotations. Again, we were seeing a little bit of fancy flight, tut, things like that. Ethan came out firing. They had a chance to win that game. It just got away from him. So, again, we said it was going to be a banger, Doc. I've never lied. I'm not a liar. Okay?
No, you're not.
Maybe a fibber, maybe a truth omitter, but not a liar.
Agreed. Okay, early part of this one. This is the winner of this one advances in the top bracket. The other one goes down to the party in the bottom.
The second chance.
The second chance bracket. Okay.
Corinne has an opportunity.
Live, taking some shots in there. Solos it, but gets it broken up. Nice job, Spooky.
I'm scared, concerned, and spooked, as Spooky is going to bury that one. And that all starts off of what I refer to as the 1v1 kind of play. As Corinne was able to kind of get everyone out of position. Just a little touch here, a little touch there, allows for a huge touch from the side of Regiment as they go up 1.
Yard Goats asking themselves, did we spend too much time this week on the logo in this Mutual of Omaha Mortgage Community Challenge in Rocket League?
Speaking.
Decides,
excuse, oh no!
No, he's every move but the last one. He had every move but the last one.
Oh, it feels bad, man, because it felt so good until it didn't.
Yeah, that's a controller throw right there. It almost dropped right in front, high off the wall. But this looks like Regiment setting up like they did before to control it.
That's
Whips it right there. It's going to be too high. Big clear? No. Ethan equalizes. The Yard Goats. There's opportunity. There's life.
And that's just a great opportunity. Again, Ethan's like a MasterCard. Everywhere you want to be and then some. That one actually goes in, but this has been a game of oopsies here in this third match, where a shot that should have easily run its course into the goal has been turned away by, I guess, the forces of nature itself. But Spooky puts that one in and on, but there you go. Plum being a force to be reckoned with themselves turns that one away as Ethan's going to carry this one up, but stopped dangerously. Does look like Corinne is not able to get in there. Kirin able to peel on out.
Exactly.
Looks like Korean Ichiban, but we'll get into that later.
Okay.
Ethan, again, looking for an opportunity here, is not going to find it as Tut's going to be forced back as well. That's not a great clear. And in fact, dangerous is all get out as Spooky punishes.
Yep, Spooky is a shooter in the purest sense, and that's a compliment right there. Doing a nice job. Perfect touch. Yeah, goes against the grain. Normally you don't throw late across the middle unless it's a shot across the goal, and then that's the right spot for that. Hartford Yard Goats down by 1 with 3 minutes 20 left.
That actually could have been super dangerous as well. Again, Regiment now guns blazing. They don't want to roll over and die. That first game didn't feel great. Second one feels amazing, and now you can tell the heat is on, so you're either in the kitchen or waiting for mom to call you for dinner, because it looks like Regiment right now is in full control.
Hartford Yard Goats questioning now if they should have even gotten the tattoos of the logo this week. And worried now they need one more goal to continue. The families will not be happy if they put all this effort in and didn't advance.
Man, they're getting real fancy with it. I think they need to go back to the 2 touches that we were seeing. Again, we started this game with a, not even textbook, but an absolutely beautiful 1 and 2. And now the Hartford Yard Goats are just, look at how characteristic. That shot right there turned away by Spooky with relative ease as Tut looks to put that one out, but is not able to do so. The Regiment crew is just relentless.
Yeah, they just keep putting the ball where it needs to be acted on by teammates, and they're rotating really well. A clear opportunity right here if they could get it to fall. Tut, nice shot.
There you go.
Yep, Tut, nice shot, but no one there to follow it. And Sacre in position to get it sent to the other end. He's going to center it. Spooky, can you? Oh, it was always going to go to Crash. And unable to get it there. Sacre
finds yet another. I'm sorry, you got me with that last one. But Spooky, again, looking so much better on the assist there. We've been seeing Spooky putting it in, says, I'm going to spread the love, let my teammates do it as well. So Regiment finds yet another one. 2 minutes to go, still plenty of time. You can get a goal every 60 seconds with ease. But right now, the Yard Goats are just looking a little sloppy here. As Tut actually has a great one there, and that's what I wanted to see. That is what I wanted. Again, the 1-2 touch. Ethan opens up the opportunity there. Plum just plows their way on in, and that allows for Ethan to just bury that one.
It looks like they planned it, but I bet you if you asked Plum, what was that? He's like,
calculated,
I don't know.
calculated. What a save, calculated. Sorry, I've been timed out.
Yes, you have. Okay, high off the wall. Tut with an opportunity to tie this up. And Regiment does not want to see that because it just does not benefit them to be in those one-goal kind of scenarios.
It's a scary situation.
Yeah, it is. Oh, that was almost on. Ethan tries to get a touch on it, doesn't even get the big boost there. And he's going to chase it down the other end. Tut. Nice redirect. Sacre trying to figure out what. Am I playing defense? Am I playing offense? Oh, gets a demo? Question mark?
That was quite the boop and quite the return. That one right there going to be turned away. You would think they would want that on goal, but the defense, watch the aggression here. That non-bump turned into a paranoia agent situation, as it does look like Korean goes in, gets popped on out there, and yeah, Tut is able to just murder that one. And I think we have ourselves a tie game here. 1:13 left on the clock. This is the third of this best of 3, so one of these 2 teams walking away on the upper bracket. The second is going to need a second chance. But this one popped on out, and what a turnaround here from the Yard Goats. Not willing to roll over and say die.
Nope, these Yard Goats can consume any kind of garbage and come out on top. It's the way they're designed. Tut trying to get, huge redirect. Spooky puts it right back in the middle where it needs to be. Regiment in control here, in a sense. Tut, can he get a second touch on it? Yes, can. Ethan. So close. The problem was he knew it was coming. Last time he didn't, and he made the perfect shot. Use that reaction shot. Tut over his shoulder, but Ethan is there to turn it around. Doesn't get the 50-50. Tut does get it off the wall, but this is that linger that we're talking about here. 23 seconds left.
Oh,
Somebody
boy.
is going to get a goal here, or we're going to the goal to go overtime. Looks like it's going to, what? Oh, big clear by Tut. Nice Ethan touch there. Now, if anybody can get a shot, I think it's the Goats.
Sakura puts that one in a dangerous and precarious situation, but Ethan will roll this up. We will be seeing extra time, I am assuming, unless something really weird happens.
Yep.
They spike it down, and now it is all up to this one goal in this one goal alone. The faceoff goes in favor of the Yard Goats, but it does look like Regiment ready to fire off. Tut clears that one out, and this will give them an opportunity now to strike. Just kidding, as Kareem decides to put that one in neutral ground. Tut doesn't go up. He's in fact actually on the wrong angle on that. Decides to peel on out. He'll be playing defense here for a little bit. Kareem puts this one up. His teammate is there to follow. Can he finish? Top left corner!
Unbelievable shot by, and
Kareem
puts it in the right spot right there. The advertisement himself puts it in there.
absolutely amazing, and just without remorse, Regiment drops one and then brings back two. Wow, what a series that one was, Doc.
Yard Goats, their tattoos still fresh. Now wondering what things are going to be like in the bottom. Can they climb back and face them?
Listen,
again?
that game was not bad.
It wasn't bad.
Bad.
No.
Or like those are sheep. Goats don't really make that noise, do they? More of like a bleating. B-L-E-A-T-I-N-G.
Or
bleat.
or ah!
Oh yeah, they're the ones that yell. I forgot about that. But
since they don't advance, we can't queue up that that amazing
unfortunate.
Yard Goat reel.
what's the regiment then? What would we queue up for that one?
I'm not sure. Okay, let's take a look at who has
Ooh.
advanced here. I think we're going to see some more. Aviation Nation Red, USA Academy, and USA. We're going to, unfortunately, Rocket Leg is going to be something we have to see in the bottom. And, of course, we know Regiment is going to go on. Who we'll see next, not entirely sure. Could be Academy versus Aviation or USAE versus Regiment. But I think both of those would be good games.
I love the fact that we have, so Aviation Nation Red and White, one would assume are close as far as organization is concerned. You could also infer from USAE Academy and USAE that, like, that is the same situation. They're very close, probably scrim partners, an academy level situation. I love the fact that one of the other made it. Both USAE teams made it, as we can see. That was one of the situations. But the fact that you have 4 crews that had to have 2 teams, you know what I mean? Because they have so much talent in that pool. They're like, all right, who goes here, who goes there? And you're seeing wins and victories on both of them.
Those are organizations.
Organizations.
Not just teams. Those are
Organizations, right. It's not just a squad.
Yeah.
It's a super squad. I had nothing on that one. Sorry.
Okay.
I should have just shut up.
Well, for those of you who are like, aren't we going to get a bathroom break? In fact, you are. We're going to take that right now. When we come back, we're going to see this top bracket advance a little bit further. Who we get? Well, this is a tease. You don't know until you come back. This is Chizu. I'm Doc. We'll see you soon.
Do you think we can do it like James Bond style?
Yeah, only one way to
Champions?
find out.
Dun 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 dun. I made it! I made it! I made it!
Yes! Did I get it? Yes!
Well done.
We killed it!
It feels great to be able to give back to the community of active duty and veterans.
And of course I went on the USO's channel.
A strong America is a force for good in the world, and the strength of our military is paramount to that mission. Wherever they go, the USO is there to keep our service members connected to everything that gives meaning to their service: family, home, and country. The USO is trusted to support our service members on all 7 continents. With more than 200 locations, Home for Our Troops is as close as the nearest USO center or program. The USO provides critical programming, connecting with service members and their families millions of times each year. From the moment they swear an oath, new recruits are welcomed by the USO's family of staff and volunteers.
I'm here to witness my son swearing in. It's nice to have basically a liaison to help people so they aren't as nervous of what their children are going to go through.
Separation and constant movement are an ever-present challenge for service members and their loved ones. The USO keeps military families strong, providing connection home and events for families and couples.
From the little Christmas events for the kids, or like we had a date night, the USO has given us time, not only together, time with our children, and things to do.
When troops are deployed, the USO provides a home away from home to help bridge the distance. On the front lines, a care package, a phone call home, comfort food, a familiar song, or a moment to relax can mean everything. When their military service to the nation is complete, the USO connects transitioning veterans with resources in their new communities and helps them plan for their next chapter.
We spend most of our time servicing the country, that when it's time to get out, we're usually behind the curve a little. The USO has come in and kind of get us a leg up on that transition so we can make the best move into a second career.
We are the USO, the force behind the forces. Go to uso.org to learn more.
And of course, welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We're here today for the June USO Community Cup Rocket League 3v3 powered by Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. Teams will compete for the best of 3 double elimination bracket for $1,200 prize pool. It's absolutely stellar and nothing short of amazing. Chizu and Nerdy Bird with you, reminding you since 1941 the USO has been the nation's leading organization to serve the men and women in the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform, from the moments they join through their assignments and deployments and as they transition back to their communities. The USO is always by their side. And like I said, we have made adjustments, and I have one of my favorite personalities with me, none other than Nerdy Bird. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be back on desk, and I think this is the first time in, gosh, almost 2 years that I've been up here with you.
If not longer, but it is a beautiful day nonetheless. So thank you so much for joining me to add some, I don't want to say like youth to this whole thing, but Doc was on before, and it was nothing but 90s quotes and like phrases I don't understand. It was a weird situation. So love having you here. And plus, it's Rocket League, one of the more high-paced, over-the-top games as far as things are concerned.
So are you saying Doc couldn't keep up?
Not that Doc couldn't keep up, but maybe I just, it's got a little, I don't want to say senility going on there. There were some things that he was saying. I was like, Grandpa, do we need to take our naps? But we need energy. We need to go. We need to just have some fun. And so I'm glad you're going to add your spice to this whole thing as well.
Of course, 100%, though there is no spice on the desk this time, so thank goodness for our taste buds. And
I forgot about that. That's my fault. Sorry.
It's all good. I have PTSD from that, but it was an absolute blast, and we'll 100% do it again. But I do believe that we have some quick information for everyone that's watching. If you are just popping into this stream about the USO, this is a 3v3. United States Army actives and or reserves are going to be playing in 3v3 Rocket League. Top team in the bracket hosts first match. Bottom bracket hosts the second match, and it's a best of 3 double elimination. So we do have that redemption bracket, but being a best of 3 means there's really very little room for mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw that in our last match, the Yard Goats versus Regiment, where, Yard Goats came out hot and heavy. 3 goals in like 30 seconds in the first match. And then the next 2 games were complete adjustments there from Regiment as they end up picking up the victory there, finding themselves in the winner's side. And you know me, I'm always going to bring this up basically every cast. Any team, any day. I don't care who you are. I don't care your ranking. You have an opportunity to mess up. But if you don't, you got a couple of prizes coming your way.
Yes, and this competition is made up of previous competitors from this year's USO competitions. First place gets $5,000 per team, followed by second with $3,000, and third gets $2,000. So that's quite a bit of money. Oh, it looks
like just kidding. Looks like we have some conflicting information, but yeah,
it's
pool 1,200.
And then $600 for first, $400 for second, and $200 for third. That's quite a bit of money regardless. I mean, if you're me, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of food that you can buy.
When was the last time you made $200 playing video games on a Saturday? Exactly. See?
I feel personally attack.
No, I'm talking to myself too. Like I listen. I don't even make $200 on my real job a day. But that being said, like that's a big chunk of change. $600, $200 a person. That's like, let's do it.
Yeah. So honestly, best of luck to everyone. Don't let the prize pool get you too nervous about anything. You know, you just got to play the best Rocket League you can.
And we are seeing some stellar Rocket League today, as it looks like our next match is going to be Aviation Nation Red and USAE Academy. Both of these teams have already won their first matches and find themselves, I believe, in the winner's bracket side of things. And if the USAE was any indication of what we can see, the Academy must have some kind of glimmering resemblance as far as that crew is concerned.
Well, regardless, they may want to actually keep in mind some important information, which is
going right into it, apparently. We're going to jump right on in. We got H3, LC Spirit, and Janky Jiggles on the side of Aviation Nation Red. And it looks like Criminal Pride as well as Hakashi and Zach on the side of USAE Academy. But we're going with no real goals right off the bat. A couple of shots on, but turned away with relative ease here, as it does look like it's in favor of Aviation Nation Red. Zach going to try to put this one in the corner. This could land in a precarious situation, but he's able to corral that off the roof.
USAE took quite some time to dig that ball into their back third, crossing that midfield stripe into the other territories. Immediately volleyed right back across. No one with clear control just yet. Ball gets hit to the wall by Spirit. H3 dunks it down to Jingles. Jingles gets it onto the back wall. Hakashi, though, snags it, pushing it to the midfield stripe where Spirit immediately volleys into the back corner of the USAE team side.
Zach is able to clear that one out, but Janky is there to turn it around. Great control there, bouncing off the wall to try to put that one back. Spirit is up, but not able to connect. Zach is going to try to put some pressure on there, but it is neutralized for H3 to put one on towards the net. Hakashi there puts it in a really bad spot. Spirit almost bodied that thing, but instead is only going to find the back of the net with his car, not the ball.
Ball is still on the back third of the Academy side of the field. They're struggling to find an opportunity to fully dig this one out. Lots of clears, but without a purpose. We have Zach find another clear. No teammate pushed forward in that midfield possession area, easily allowing Aviation to get possession of it again, even though it's on their back third. They will be challenged 50-50 from Zach. Is going to go immediately to the side. Ball losing a lot of momentum. Hakashi is going to elevate, though. Gets hit in mid-flight by H3.
Janky able to turn that one away and give the side of Aviation Nation Red an opportunity to breathe, but it is a small moment at that. That one turned away there, as it does look like Aviation is able to put this one on. Hakashi, what are you doing? Janky just absolutely punishes him for that. I know you were trying to carry it out, but you have to know that the crew is coming, so you'll take another look. Just a situation you don't want to be in. You try to flick that thing out. It stays on your nose, and it is a cherry pick situation.
Nonetheless, right above your own goal, you just got to go for that give and go and communicate to your team when there's pressure on someone who has possession. Too many touches, taking too long. It's not a good thing to do. We have LC Spirit going straight towards that goal. It gets cleared. Zach has no pressure on them. Spirit trying to rotate in, elevates. Ball gets tapped just out of their line of sight. Off the wall, Hakashi's going to try to take it, but we have some car on car and teammate on teammate aggression happening. Not good this early in a round.
Again, that's one of those things where I'm not sure what's going on. The rotationals seem a little off, for both teams for that matter. There was 4 individuals right on top of that ball, and that is not how... The power of friendship is strong, not that strong. So as everyone takes a second, recollects, Spirit puts that one on. It is high and wide, so we'll need another opportunity here. Zach with a great little move is not able to get it. That spike was dangerous as bleep, as I'm going to say. That looked so good from the side of Aviation Nation.
We have Janky pushing forward. Ball is going to ricochet off the wall. H3 elevates, has the opportunity to push it forward, but instead pushes it too far to one side of the line. Hakashi to snag it off that wall. Janky will try to contest for it, but it hits the ceiling again. Zach dumps it down. Is it going to go to a teammate? No, it's going to go to H3. Hakashi tries to backpedal and hit it away, but no one's getting a clear opportunity to find the clear here for the side of Academy.
Academy's doing everything they can and then some, but they're just not getting the momentum. Like, they're making the touches. They look pretty fancy off the top of the roof, but you got to get them out. Like that one there, it's a touch, but it's not a good one, as Janky is going to put this one off of the roof. Zach able to pop this into the corner, which will allow for Hakashi to try to get this out. But the aggression from the side of Aviation Nation is just not going to be stopped here. Neutral setup here, an opportunity, as Spirit is going to turn that one to the wall, as Janky over here, who I want to call Janky Kong, I don't even know why, it sounds like a Donkey Kong name, is going to fire away, but be found wanting.
We do have H3 not giving up just yet, but they're going to have to. Zach demos them here in the corner. Hakashi does some fantastic tire work, playing it around Spirit. They're going to volley it towards the net to get it off the back wall, but Janky read it perfectly, dunks it back down towards that midfield stripe. Spirit looking for an opportunity to get a touch on this. Instead, H3 is going to push it forward into the corner here on Academy side of the field.
There is a huge clear there from Pride, and that'll be the first time we've seen that, as it does look like Zach goes up as well, only able to neutralize this, so really no momentum even after that amazing clear, and they just give it right back, as it does look that way, like off the wall. H3 is on and almost in on the second touch, but that goal is regulation size.
We have 30 seconds left on this clock, and Academy is still struggling to find their first goal. They're only down by 1. This puts them into buzzer beater territory. If they can find this ball, send it to Aviation Nation side of the field. There's no one in that net, but the follow-up rotations are just not where they need to be for Academy's side now. And the ball is already back on their back third, and that is LC Spirit clutching out, finding goal number 2 for the side of Aviation Nation. 10 seconds on the clock. I don't think we're going to see the 2 equalizers they need now.
That flip reset was tragic. The idea was there. The execution was not as quick as you would have liked, and they just sneaked that one right past. So Aviation Nation, like you said, they're nerdy. More than likely going to pick this one up as the final seconds here teeter down. But what a match that was. And it goes to Aviation Nation.
Good news, it took a very, very long time for Aviation Nation to find those goals, but oh my gosh, total shots, there wasn't a whole lot in general, but still 82 to 18, that's a problem. Side control 64, you really don't want to see it more than a 10% deficit.
Sure.
So some things got to be cleaned up for Academy, but Aviation wasn't perfect either.
And like I was saying, it wasn't the fact that, you know, Academy wasn't getting touches. They just weren't getting, like, aggressive momentum-changing touches. You can play a defensive game and still get your opportunities, but you need to do something with the offensive side of that. And they played that entire game on their back wheel, for lack of a better term. And so if they turn up that aggression, turn up the heat, I think that goes a little bit differently. Like you said, it took them a while to get those 2 goals on them.
Yeah, I really want to see a lot more midfield control coming out from Academy this time around, because, I mean, if you're struggling with your rotations, make sure you're, you know, communicating, have someone going and being prepared to be in that goalkeeper position. But ultimately, that goalie's going to find a clear, but that clear has no purpose if there's no one at the midfield to go immediately grab it.
Absolutely. So we'll see what happens. Again, there is still plenty of game to be played today. Aviation Nation Red, USAE Academy, so far in favor of Aviation Nation. But again, I feel like we were seeing USAE play earlier today. We realized this is the Academy side of things. It's a very different personality. I think they need to turn it up like the original roster is concerned, and with that, they will find some success. But like you said, they have to have that second man there. They can't just be, everybody's a goalie, don't move kind of thing.
Yeah, so let's hope they clean things up. You got to have faith in your teammates to do their jobs, and everyone has the same job, but just at different points in time during the game. So best of luck to each and every one of you. You got 5 minutes to turn things around in your favor, because at the end of the day, it is still a best of 3. Let's turn this up to high octane, because that's what we want here on Desk, is high octane Rocket League.
Absolutely. Game number 2 here. So either the Academy is headed to the second chance bracket, or the people from Aviation Nation Red continuing their streak on the upper side of the bracket. And again, we're seeing it right there. Janky wins the face-off there, but it looks like Spirit is going to be the one to put that one on net. Turned away with relative ease there by Zach. Great move by Hakashi. This is the momentum I was talking about. I would have liked more from that, but it was such a beautiful play and a better look from Academy. However, this is not the one you were looking for. Oh, that looks super scary, and another attempt off the wall. Zach is able to put that one out. See, there we go.
That's what we're talking about, is do the clears with a purpose.
Oh, no.
I mean, Zach to Hakashi, that's perfect. Zach is maintaining that back post positioning here. He's in the corner, plays up over 1, plays it over 2. Has to beat LC Spirit to this ball, though, so they need a teammate to come in and follow this one up, and they found that teammate. Oh. Great, honestly, save there. Now they're thinking, all 3 members right now, Aviation Nation, stuck here. Put on the gas pedal, take one out, and Zach does just that.
That was super sketchy. It's like almost everything has been flipped on its head. That one put away by Hakashi, but the second attempt also turned away by Hakashi. They didn't do that as he was falling. I would love to see a replay on that. It does, like Janky's gonna let Spirit try to take this one up, and now it is flipped again. The script is all over the place. H3 has a very weird flounder right there. Hakashi trying to bury somebody, but they can't bury the ball. Another shot on goal turned away, and there, and now Janky has a great clear here. Hakashi will be able to corral.
Seems like Academy just needed a little bit of time to warm up because their rotations right now were on point. As I saw that clear beginning to happen, Hakashi had already rotated back to the back post positioning and was ready for any sort of clear and breakaway play coming out from Aviation Nation. This is what I wanted to see earlier, but now the one thing I think they're missing is that forward aggression. They're trying to just push some people out of the way, but honestly, just go for the demolition. Take out that goalkeeper. Had you done that earlier, you'd already have a goal.
Well, that was the thing, is it did look like they had an opportunity. Zach came barreling in at that goalie, isn't able to hit him, and they're just not able to finish the goal. They've got the momentum. Now they need the accuracy. H3 gonna put that one up, over, and in. Kobe! Watch the flutter here. Pride puts that one down, and Zach is all by his lonesome. H3 just,
can't get the nose on it.
The centimeters. You can feel the air as that joke goes right over your head. Aviation Nation finds the first.
Academy has been looking quite strong in comparison to what we saw earlier, but that was not something we want to be seeing this early on in this round. Let's hope they can start pulling this one back, getting the momentum in their favor. Just down by 1 goal. That happened exact same in the first game, but the second goal was scored in the last 30 seconds by Aviation Nation. Let's hope that doesn't happen if you're rooting for Academy here.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it looked so good and then fell apart so fast. Zach puts this one up, but they're not able to get there. An attempt is just whiffed. Looking like Chizu when you play right there. What a great little stop, though. I gotta have respect for that one. Hakashi puts it up for his teammate, slows it down, and they are able to try to get this out, but looks like LC gonna push this one down despite where he would have liked it. H3 gonna go up as well, but big clear there from Academy is stopped in neutral territory.
We have Zach elevating, dunking it down to Hikachi. Hikachi pops it up over 1. Can't get it past LC. Spear immediately redirects that one. Now we have Pride pushing forward, looking to dunk it down into the net, but the angle wasn't quite right. LC Spirit's going to find the clear here. H3 goes to the challenge against Zach. Zach is going to get bullied by H3, but Hikachi here at the midfield is going to take this ball away from Janky. Pride's going to go for the off the backboard for Zach, but Spirit finds a great short clear.
Unlike Spirit Airlines, looking super good here on this side. No offense to them, but hey, it is what it is. I'm just saying the player's looking beautiful right now as they knock that one out. Spirit goes up once again. Tries to get a little kitschy touch there, not able to do so. So LC is going to have to peel on back as well as Janky. Janky just boots this one, but it comes down in the face of USAE Academy. Not able to commit, not able to finish. Zach puts that one off the bottom side, but that means nobody's there with the exception of Pride right there. Thank goodness they were there, or that one certainly goes in. Janky looking for the self-serve ice cream, but instead we'll find a whole lot of nothing.
We find a fantastic clear. Zach goes for the dunk down the net. Spirit saves that one. The angle was a little janky for us, to be honest, on that one. Honestly, I really thought it was going to go in. We've crossed into that 1-minute territory now. USAE is feeling the sweat as they are trying to find one equalizer here for themselves.
This is what we were talking about the entirety of that first match. The momentum is just gone. They're deflated. They just can't find anything. Meanwhile, Aviation Nation Red is just popping shots left, right, in between. Doesn't matter the angle. It's finding a direction like this one right here. H3.
Oh my gosh.
The absolute death nail right there. Great little self-serve pushed away there from the side of Aviation Nation, and it is just wide open self-serve. It's like a Chinese buffet. Grab a handful of plates and come back when you're ready.
28 seconds left on the clock. That's roughly 1 every 14 seconds for USAE Academy to catch up and equalize this in their favor. Aviation Nation would have to make some grave mistakes in order for that to happen. It's doable, not impossible. The odds of it happening now, not super positive. We might have to see USAE in our second chance redemption bracket for themselves after all. It is double elimination. Best of luck. You guys found one. Can you do it off the kickoff, though? It's been a long time since I've seen a kickoff goal.
We got ourselves a game possibility. What a great little roll. See, there's that momentum. Maybe you stop taking flights. Maybe you just start working breakaways. Maybe, I don't know, throw everything at the wall and see what sticks here. USAE Academy does have an opportunity, but they need, oh my gosh, not a chance.
Oh my God,
not a chance.
Zach, you gave your team the opportunity. Can they follow up? If that ball hits the ground, that is it.
Yikers. Yikers. What a chance. What an opportunity. A much more even game. Statistics even show it there. USAE Academy, despite getting bullied for, 5 minutes, almost. But Horseshoes, hand grenades, not so much Rocket League.
Unfortunately, but they do have a second opportunity to bring this one back. I mean, we have the redemption bracket. It's double elimination, but as I said, there's very, very little room for mistakes in a best-of-3 series. Yeah. You can't use the first game to warm up and only be partially there during game number 2, lest this happens.
Well, we did see a little bit of promise. Again, the first minute and a half of that game looked so different, so much better from the side of USAE Academy, but unfortunately, they will be bested by Aviation Nation Red, which means the winner of Regiment and USAE will meet them in the next round.
And it does, if you had to take a guess right now between Regiment and USAE, and there's no punishment for being wrong, who would you go in favor of?
Well, I mean, we've seen Regiment, and they were put up against the wall a little bit against the Yard Goats. I'm going to have to say USAE just because the clarity of their victory earlier today was just cut and dry different than what we have seen. So I'm going to take what I would say the safety bet of the USAE, despite the fact that their Academy team lost to who they'll be meeting.
All right, and then if that happens, I love to see that because I like to have sister teams go up against the team that knocked out one of their other teams and be like, we have to do this not for ourselves but for our teammates.
It's more than just a game.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, like that kind of dichotomy, I want to see it. Hopefully, it doesn't mean someone spends a lot of time on the respawn screen though.
It's just they stop trying to score goals and they just play Twisted Metal for the next little bit.
Exactly.
Into each other, but I think it will be a very high intensity game. And if so, it's going to be scary for whichever team gets the first leg up.
I'm going to be interested to see how that goes. I actually want to see a really close game, but I want to see it with more goals. With that being said, let's hope we can give everyone here a quick break, ourselves, the players, and anyone who's watching the opportunity to run to the bathroom, grab some water, because we still have plenty of exciting Rocket League here to come.
A strong America is a force for good in the world, and the strength of our military is paramount to that mission. Wherever they go, the USO is there to keep our service members connected to everything that gives meaning to their service: family, home, and country. The USO is trusted to support our service members on all 7 continents. With more than 200 locations, home for our troops is as close as the nearest USO center or program. The USO provides critical programming, connecting with service members and their families millions of times each year. From the moment they swear an oath, new recruits are welcomed by the USO's family of staff and volunteers.
I'm here to witness my son swearing in. It's nice to have basically a liaison to help people so they aren't as nervous of what their children are going to go through.
Separation and constant movement are an ever-present challenge for service members and their loved ones. The USO keeps military families strong, providing connection home and events for families and couples.
From the little Christmas events for the kids, or like we had a date night, the USO has given us time, not only together, time with our children, and things to do.
When troops are deployed, the USO provides a home away from home to help bridge the distance. On the front lines, a care package, a phone call home, comfort food, a familiar song, or a moment to relax can mean everything. When their military service to the nation is complete, the USO connects transitioning veterans with resources in their new communities and helps them plan for their next chapter.
We spend most of our time serving the country that when it's time to get out, we're usually behind the curve a little. The USO has come in to kind of get us a leg up on that transition so we can make the best move into a second career.
We are the USO, the force behind the forces. Go to uso.org to learn more.
to the Boise State Esports Arena. We're here today for the June USO Community Cup Rocket League 3v3 tournament powered by Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. These teams are competing in a best-of-3 double elimination bracket for the amazing price of $1,200 in that prize pool. Again, it's Chizu and Nerdy Bird here with you. We've already had a mutual, I guess we'll say, cavalcade of awesome games, and we've got more coming your way. Since 1941, the USO has been the nation's leading organization to serve the men and women of the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they join, through their assignments and deployments, and as they transition back to their communities, the USO always helps as always by their side. My name is Adam Cheesy McGuire, again here with Nerdy Bird as I get stumbled up. It's the games. There's so many awesome things we have seen so far, and I have a feeling we have even better ones coming this way.
I 100% agree. We're about to watch Aviation Nation take on the victors of, I believe it's the Regiment and
USAE, I believe, right?
Yeah.
We'll get a bracket here in a second at some point.
So you guys can check that one out. But beyond that bracket, there's also some rules that I'm pretty sure everyone wants to be aware of if you're just joining us here on this broadcast, or even if you just need a quick refresher. This is going to be 3v3 Rocket League, and it's going to be consisting of teams that are made of U.S. military actives and or reserves members. And they're also invited from the previous USO competitions throughout the year. Military teams were handpicked by the USO, mixing of professional, collegiate, civilian, and military teams. There's going to be a top team bracket hosting the first match, the bottom bracket team hosts the second, and it's a best-of-3 double elimination. So those teams that we saw earlier today that ended up losing out do still have the opportunity to claw back to victory, but there is no room left for mistakes.
Yeah, and some of these teams that are, again, as we mentioned, are in the as we say, the second chance bracket, whatever word you want to use, the lower part of the bracket, this is it for them. They do not have any other opportunities. Sure, game by game, you have no mistakes, but now you are literally up against the wall. Maybe some advice will help you through it.
Yes, and that advice comes in the forms of Doc's Keys to the Game, presented today by Johnson & Johnson. Those keys to the game in Rocket League are create mistakes, punish the double commits, use boosts wisely, and bump opponents to disrupt. Honestly, I want to throw in there Olay the demos because some people start getting really demolition heavy, and Doc's Keys to the Game are brought to us by USAA, and the USAA USO have joined forces to connect service members around the world with their families and friends through gaming. Through their support of the USO's gaming program, they help the USO power events and tournaments where service members stay connected with ones they love. Thank you, USAA, for being a part of the USO family and being a force behind the forces.
Yeah, especially with those keys right there. The third one for me is the one I want to kind of highlight, as we mentioned, just the momentum. You're conserving your boost. When you play Rocket League, what do you want to do? You want to go fast, you want to hit the ball, and you don't care what gets in your way kind of thing. And we saw, especially in that last match, the whole, okay, I can get to the ball, but what am I going to do with it? Am I going to boot it to the other side, or am I simply going to drop it in the waiting hands of somebody below my goal? And so that's the one I want both of these teams to look at moving forward. Yes, they are in the upper side of this bracket, but we have seen some very weird, slow defensive play that needs to be corrected from pretty much all teams today.
And I'm not saying that you can't, go gun-ho and use all of your boost at once. I mean, top echelon play has demonstrated that feathering your boost is actually not what you want to be doing. But what I want to instead see is the boost management as in who's rotating boost pads, who is starving at the other team of their boost pads, especially on the offense. I too often see that the defensive players still have plenty of access to boost, and so it's pretty evenly matched on a defensive front. Right. And instead, if you're on offense and you start, taking away all that speed from them, there's nothing they can do to shut you down.
Yeah, I mean, you have the neutral big boost right there in the middle of the field, but, maybe snake one of your opponents and see what happens as we are in now. Aviation Nation Red versus USAE. So it does look like the USAE picked up that victory in their previous game, and this one already off to the races. We got a demolition. We got shots on goal in less than 10 seconds have come off this clock, as it does look like we are popping that one out. Is Dizzy going to be moving there again? Slick Mike, and it looks like we actually have a change there as Aosha is going to be added to the USAE side of things. H3 Spirit and Janky, as we have seen previous, now colliding here on this field.
We got Slick Mike popping up over two, but they can they get it past H3? They will not, H3 is going to just hit it up with the nose of their car. Jakey will find the clear to the mid, but Spirit can beat Dizzy to that ball, the 50-50. Spirit, though, is going to dunk it down in front of the net, trying to send it over to H3, but H3 doesn't get it there in time, so Aosha gets the clear, setting it to the midfield. It looks like Jakey and H3 will be able to keep them to that ball, though, so it's a lot of challenging, moving around for possession. Spirit finds the clear to the midfield stripe, and Slick Mike immediately balls to the back there to Aviation Nation side.
We got to see this game with Slick Mike earlier, as myself and Doc were first on desk, and Slick Mike is absolutely disgusting. An individual that you need to keep your eyes on. The same can be said for Janky as Spirit. And Slick Mike, as I sing his praises, says, "Watch me, witness me, go."
Absolutely spicy.
Absolutely spicy, absolutely. And just a great little play there. You put it off that right-hand side of the wall. The opponent tries to commit. There looks like there to be a little bit of miscommunication. I got it. Do you really? No, not really, as Slick Mike slides that one in. So huge. Love to see it. And right away, USAE is out for blood. You took out our Academy crew. We're about to take you out instead, as Dizzy's going to let that one go over. Janky put it on. Aosha clears that out. Makes it look so easy.
Jakey, that was so close, but I feel like the follow-up from the team was just not soon enough.
Oh my gosh.
And unfortunately, the defense becomes the offense. Aosha finds another goal here for their team. That was absolutely incredible.
He's so far ahead. Like, that's not a positive rotational situation. He was so far into the other team's territory, it just lined up. That is a miracle goal, but USAE up by 2 with 3:20 left on the clock.
We got Slick Mike looking to dunk this ball down, but dunks it down to 2 Aviation Nation members. H3's going to elevate between them and Dizzy. They get the better touch. Aosha finds an opportunity to spike this ball up near their own goal, though. The clear happens. Aosha once again in that cherry-picking breakaway position. It's not going to get punished immediately for it, as it's worked out thus far. With Spirit go for the clear, is that going to pop it up to H3. Dizzy, who's already at that back post rotation, pushes the ball to the side. Nosedive from Spirit does not work out in their favor, as we've got, again, Slick Mike with possession. He's going to look for an opportunity to get this ball in that goal. Stopped by, I believe that was Jakey, but all 3 members of Aviation really on their back feet there in the goal.
Yeah, great move there to kind of stop the momentum to allow Aosha to try to get up there. A little Pele action as Spirit is going to put that one up, but Slick Mike says, "This is my comfort zone." Aosha again on the aggressive side, tries to flick that one in and almost finds it. A huge save there from the side of Aviation Nation. Looks like Janky going to carry this one up off the right-hand side, as Aosha is going to make sure it heads towards the opponent's goal. This could be an opportunity, but Spirit should be able to flick this one out. Janky follows in kind, as Dizzy now back on the chase, pushes this and pinches it off the wall. No one really there. H3 going to put some pressure on, but it's just not quite as accurate as he would have liked, as Dizzy should be able to clear this out. Allows for his teammate, just kidding, as Spirit puts the spin on that one, and now here comes Slick Mike, is going to be denied, as Dizzy pushes that one out to the left-hand side.
Aosha was hoping to find that clearing opportunity, but Slick Mike cannot elevate fast enough. H3 is just a flying demon, to lack of a better term. They are immediately in the air for most challenges, and an unfortunate own goal because Dizzy got a nose on that. We'll see it in the replay here. Oh, Spirit spikes it up. It's going to be dunked down by H3, and then right there, Dizzy tries to go for the redirect, but when it's that flat to the goal, it's like 10% in your favor, and then 90% is just physics working against you. Aviation Nation still down by 1, though, as we are crossing into the last 100 seconds here of game number 1.
Damn you, inertia! It was definitely what they're screaming on the side of USAE, because like you said, they tried and were found wanting. That shot was a laser. Spirit looking really good right there, but Slick Mike will corral this off the wall. Little pinch situation there. Spirit's not going to let him just roll over the crew. H3 up again. The Halo more than just a aesthetic, as they have been a guardian for this crew right here. Only down by 1, but Jakey going to be forced on back, not able to corral that one in the mid.
Slick Mike tries to carry this ball forward. Took too many touches. H3 capitalized on that multiple possession quickly. Ball in front of USAE's goal. It's going to be cleared to the side by Aosha. A little bit of a double commit there between teammates of the Aviation Nation. H3 can't find the touch to get it in the goal at the midfield. field. Janky stops it at the stripe, plays it around Dizzy, but cannot get it past Slick Mike.
The sequence there was absolutely alarming, as it does look like H3 going to put this one on goal, but it is going to be wide. Dizzy going up to try to redirect this. Another shot on goal. That is a huge pop, and there is nobody there to follow it. The second touch is denied by Spirit, but Aosha is going to try to put this one on and in. H3 is there to deny it, and right now Aosha is going to just scratch their head. It looks so good as Jakey's going to put this one on towards the net, but not going to find anything as he gets pushed into that left-hand side. Of course, Slick Mike pushing that one forward, but H3 stops it. We have a neutral game as Dizzy puts this one up. H3 yet another touch here. And it does appear that the final seconds coming down. The game's not over yet until that clock reaches 0. It's up. Aviation could, but it looks like it's turned away. Another opportunity. It touches the ground. USAE picks up game 1.
That was very close. I mean, a 1-game differential, but you can see here total shots on goal heavily in favor of Aviation Nation, but their accuracy is not where it needs to be. Side control even in their favor as well, but I again speak to that whole you need to be doing things with a purpose, and it doesn't matter if you spend more time on offense. If you are not connecting passes and doing it with intent and doing those clears with intent, you're just shooting the ball in random locations unless it's at the net. So start figuring out what you're wanting to do versus what you're doing on the field.
Hey, I just want to have the high score, and I don't necessarily have to get points to do that. I can just, you know, get saves and attempt shots on the goal, but that's because then your controller flashes and you're an MVP and it feels really good.
Okay.
I was just trying to say the advantages that they had, they couldn't do much with.
Yes.
And so it's the unfortunate, you know, side of it is you feel like, hey, we got this, we're doing great. And you're like, well, what seems to be the problem here? And I think you spoke to it, you know, with intent, you know, finding a reason to do the thing that you were doing, not just doing it because.
Yeah, so let's hope that they actually start, you know, really working on connecting passes. And honestly, I hate to say it, but someone may need to become a Demolition Derby expert in this situation. I mean, like, there were countless times where we just saw one person running circles around everybody. I mean, H3 is doing a fantastic job, but they may end up a lot on the respawn screen. Mike is doing a great job as well. They may want to start working on some demolitions as well. We'll have to wait and see, but there is fantastic skill here coming out from Aviation Nation. Something is missing. Maybe it's the fact that they're playing on an equal field with Panther.
That's that demo you're talking about,
H3, you did it!
They can't finish it.
I hate soccer rules at certain points in time when it does not work. Dizzy, but you shot it right at Jakey. You can't do that.
Okay, but you can do that.
All right.
Excuse me?
All right.
Excuse me? Just no one talks. Sorry. I figured it was one of those montage moments because that was filthy.
I mean, Jakey had back-to-back saves there. There was 3 shots on goal. You can't stop all of them yourself, Jakey. I totally understand it. But when there is this much offensive pressure, you definitely want to, I mean, if you're on the defense, just take one of them out. If it's really becoming that much of an issue, there's so much pressure being put on you. But Jakey looking for a shot opportunity. Slick Mike, you know, they are offensive powerhouse, they are defensive powerhouse. Wanting another save for themselves.
Oh my goodness gracious, that one was an opportunity of the century, and it's turned away by Aviation Nation. They're feeling the heat on that one. Doesn't even feel like a flubbed opportunity so much as it was a amazing save here. H3 looking for an opportunity now, but it is going to be turned away. USAE may only have 1 goal. They're looking for a second, but Jenky's going to deny this one. What a little second touch there from the side of Aviation Nation, but Dizzy's able to carry it out. Mike looking slick. Another opportunity, second touch not there. Unfortunate, but H3 is actually carrying this one over. Someone going to get there. It doesn't look like it's Slick Mike, but the ball's still very dangerous. Finally pushed away by Aosha.
Still have yet to see a goal, and we are crossing down past 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Dizzy here in the corner. He's going to look to elevate, pop this ball up over 1. He's going to leave for Aviation. Spirit kind of did an awkward hop there. H3 going to dunk it down over towards Spirit. Now we've got Janky pushing forward. Elevation from Slick Mike. Got to dunk the ball down. He was challenged by Spirit.
Yeah, and a great recovery there as Aosha is going to go up on this one. H3 able to turn that away. But the second attempt is going to force H3 up on this wall again. Slick Mike looking for an opportunity. Are they able to get there? Do they have the boost? They are. As it does look like Spirit was able to turn that one up and over the post.
H3 looks to pop this ball up over Dizzy. We can't get it past Slick Mike. Slick Mike, I'm sorry, my friend, but Aviation you need to start spending some time on the respawn screen. You are getting way too much value. I mean, look at the accolades already for Slick Mike. That's just ridiculous. That's showing that you are putting in too much work, and it's time for you to get a little bit of a break at 2.4 seconds at a time.
Do I have a team? Question mark, question mark. A demolition comes on through as Slick Mike wants to feel the burn, is able to do so. Dizzy putting this one in a very dangerous spot. Slick Mike tries H3, looking like an opponent. Almost put that towards his goal, but is able to corral it just fine. Slick Mike turned away at the last second, but this guy just fires from every angle and is just so dang dangerous up and over as Janky's able to find that one as well.
Janky now has 4 saves, Spirit has 4 as well, and H3 has 2. Constantly having to be on the defense, not something you want to be seeing for Aviation Nation. Slick Mike has H3 looking for an opportunity to steal his ball away. They managed to do it, send it to Janky. Slick Mike again, another save. Now gets the save medal. Their accolades are officially off of our screen. USAE, you guys have a powerhouse in Slick Mike, Aviation Nation. You need to start punishing this human being.
Oh, that's not necessarily a punish that they were looking for either. Another shot on goal there, not necessarily needing Mike as Dizzy finds one there. Spirit putting this one on goal, but Mike should be able to corral this. Like you said, just has all the accolades and then some, all the awards, all of the cool thumbs up emojis, if you will. As Aosha, what a filthy roll, but H3 knocks that away really quick.
Still looking for a clear here. We have Spirit find it, send it to H3. H3 tries to redirect towards the net. Follow-up from Janky, but the challenge from Dizzy means it will not go in. Trying to stop the ball before it crosses that midfield stripe. H3 takes another shot on goal, saved by Aosha. Just feels like the defense is extremely strong for USAE, but I don't really know what to say here other than Slick Mike. What are you doing, my friend? You are putting in so much work right now.
The backpack is absolutely massive on Slick Mike right now. Just everybody hop on in. I got the carry. It may only be a 1-goal game, but Slick Mike is just looking unstoppable here.
It's a best of 3. USAE already walked away with 1 victory there, in the lead by 1. We have 30 seconds on the clock. Aviation Nation looking for that buzzer beater goal opportunity to send us into overtime. USAE looking for that security goal to not let that happen. Who is going to find the next one? We have 15 seconds left. USAE walk with a 0-1 victory and a 2-0 win in the series overall. 7 seconds left. Can Aosha find another? Will Janky find it?
Oh, it's dangerous. Spirit is up.
Spirit, is that it?
Oh, Mike is going to find that one. We're still got some time, but the momentum here has me believing that that is all she wrote. Aosha tries to put it down. H3 has an opportunity, but it doesn't look like Dizzy. He's going to flick that over, tries it once. Again, that comes off weird. Can they follow through? Everybody fighting to get this ball where they want it, but no one able to do so. A Spirit has a chance.
Janky, are you in the spot? Oh, H3! Oh my gosh! Okay, give me heart palpitations and an anxiety moment here on desk, will you? Ball gets cleared. H3 tries to keep this one in the air. It's gonna hit the ground, and USAE walks with the Game 2 victory, meaning they win out the series overall.
Absolutely massive. Look at all those shots on net. Again, Slick Mike, just a powerhouse, a force to be reckoned with. Goliath, Titan, whatever words you want to use, Slick Mike was running that game.
Congratulations, USAE. You guys are the winner here in this best of 3 series, but it does mean that Aviation Nation's not out of it just yet. They're going to go to our redemption second chance lower bracket. I like to call it the redemption bracket. It's your opportunity to bring it back, because someone who gets knocked down there is going to be able to come back with a vengeance later on in the series. We'll have to see who ends up being in that situation, though. If you were to be someone advising Aviation Nation right now, what would your advice to them be if they have to face off against USAE again?
You have to give every resource you have to stop Slick. You have to get Mike out of this game. Again, you had mentioned it, that guy needs to be removed from the battlefield, like needs to be counterspelled out of this game. And that's just one piece of that 3-man roster, and that's the scary part. You get rid of him, I think you might have a little bit more of an opportunity, but those other 2 members are just as good, if you will.
Yeah, so that comes down to, making sure your rotations are good, making sure you're not putting yourself out of rotation when you're going for those demolitions, but you need to go for those demos. Mike just had a field day.
Right. Absolutely.
Just absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully people have been scouting and watching these games so they are aware of the powerhouse that is coming out of Slick Mike. And now we're going to go into our first lower bracket of this afternoon. early afternoon.
Whatever. Maybe you're watching from another country. Who knows?
Perhaps. I do have a friend in Italy who's watching.
There
So this
you go.
evening,
Bella.
we're going to have Regiment taking on Aviation Nation White. Let's see who comes out on top of this one. I really like Regiment's logo.
Absolutely. It's one of those things where, not many people play Rumble religiously, but maybe this is, their wheelhouse. So we'll see. Regiment had a really great come-from-behind victory earlier on in the bracket, but then, as we saw, obviously fell later on in the tournament. So if I had to throw my hat in the ring, I've seen Regiment play. They looked pretty good doing so, but we've seen Aviation Nation, and as we mentioned, those sister organizations tend to come with a little fire behind them as well.
Since you took Regiment, I'm going to vote for Aviation Nation 1.
Balance.
I don't want to be, lopsided here on desk and just be oh, it's all going to be Regiment and just both of us cheering for them and any of the spectators for Aviation Nation White be like, well, that doesn't seem fair.
That's not nice.
So I'm going to be heavily rooting here for Aviation Nation White.
Perfect.
And, if Regiment ends up dominating them, I will,
You just eat a little crow. It's fine. It's
bow my head in shame.
Yeah, exactly. It hurts for a little bit, but then you kind of just rebound and you go into you GG next, right? Isn't that the term? So
there's no punishment food on desk this time for me if I'm wrong.
Lucky you. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us again. USO Gaming 3v3 tournament here. $1,200 up for grabs, and we are now at the final chance bracket. Neither of these teams can afford a loss, let alone two, or their tournament day is over for that matter. But looks like Noosh is on this crew, Sayless, as well as MC Wereagle. Sure. Wereagle? Either way. War Eagle. McWar Eagle.
Oh.
McWar Eagle. There we go. MCC War Eagle. As that one shot in on goal. And speaking of War Eagle, it says, get my name right. You're going to be saying it.
Wait. My apologies, but there's a player with the name It's Spooky, and I recognize that from stuff I've casted in the past. If that is the player I'm thinking of.
Spooky's gnarly.
It might actually be the player I am thinking of.
Yeah.
So it's Spooky. If that's you and you know what I'm referring to, I don't want to, oust you a little bit too early. But if it's you, let me know. Tag me on Twitter.
Tag me on the Twitch, as it looks like It's Spooky gets a demo right there. But again, Aviation Nation White, as you said, Nerdy looking good here in the first minute of this game. War Eagle popping that one off the wall, and now Kareen has an opportunity. Second touch is there. Had a teammate waiting in the wings, maybe needed to cool their jets and let their teammate take over, but shot turned away. Another opportunity possibly, but that one is flicked out, as it does look like Regiment will have another opportunity here. Kareen goes up and misses it all. Faking, as they say, as a demo comes through in favor of Regiment. Nice little push there, actually, and the challenge will go in favor for them again, but Spooky not able to finish.
Sacker is going to look to try and dunk this one down to a teammate, but takes too many touches in air. And Spooky's going to pop it up. Does not hit the ceiling, thankfully, but unfortunately can't get that hood on it as they're trying to dunk it down here. It looks like Kareen is going to try and send it to the corner. We have all three members right now of Aviation White kind of bunched up, making any sort of breakaway clear opportunity very difficult. Thus is why Regiment has been dominated here as far as side control goes. Though Aviation Nation still has the first goal in their favor. Plenty of time left right now for Regiment to find one of their own. Breakaway play finally happening from Aviation Nation.
Sakura not able to turn that one away, so his teammate will have to do it for him. However, he's able to put that one on net. The second touch almost actually goes in on the first, but the crew is there on all ways, shapes, and forms. One save, two save, red save, blue save, as it is going to be neutralized. Neither team finding an edge here.
All right, Dr. Seuss, we now have Spooky looking for an opportunity to play it off the backboard. Fortunately, they cannot find the right angle nor the right elevation. Sakura is going to look to redirect this, bring it down for, I believe their intent was to hand that over to Kareen. But there was a challenge from one of the Aviation Nation members, and so that one went away immediately. Now McWar Eagle pops it up over one. McWar Eagle! What was, how? I really thought this save was here.
Huge pop from the defensive zone. Doesn't even have to follow it up until right there. If that doesn't get saved, it still goes in. It was a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. And War Eagle with their second on this match.
Plenty of time left. We have 2 minutes and about 35 seconds left on the clock. Aviation Nation only up by 2, but if you are just joining us now, this is our redemption bracket, so no mistakes anymore. If Aviation Nation wins out this win, they get the opportunity to continue, and if Regiment loses out this series overall, they are done-so. That is it. But a 2-goal deficit, over 2 minutes left on the clock. That's plenty of time to make up for it.
Absolutely. Spooky pushing this one over, but not going to find anything. Sakura should have an opportunity here to make a play unfold, but it is just booped right in the snoot. That one not able to go where they wanted either. Is Kareem going to put that one on? It's going to hit the backboard here. Should be an opportunity, but it is shanked to the left. Huge slice there, not able to finish. And that should allow for Aviation Nation to recollect and reconsider. Huge.
Huge, making a great clear, but it's Spooky. He's going to send it to the side. They have to play it around Sakura, and I say Les did take out Kareem.
Oh, no.
Opening up the goal-scoring opportunity for themselves. They are now up by 3, and I do believe that might be the nail in the coffin. If they can just maintain the pressure that they're putting on right now, going up by 2, passing that 2-minute 30-second mark, pretty much is a done deal. Yes, we've seen plenty of goals scored in 1 minute and 40 seconds, but it feels like Regiment just cannot respond to Aviation Nation.
And that was huge right there. Sainless actually was able to just be in the right place at the right time. The 1v2 works out super well. The bounce is exactly where you wanted them, so unfortunate circumstance or unprecedented skill, we will find out here as Aviation Nation up 3-0 with 1:30 left on the clock. A little play flick out here. Regiment needs to get something. They need to show some signs of life, a heartbeat, anything, but that right there turned away by Noosh without any issue.
Noosh pushes the ball forward into the corner here on the back third Regiment side of the field, and Spooky finds a great clear, but it's going to go straight to McWar Eagle, the powerhouse, the one who's gotten 2 of the 3 goals here for Aviation Nation. Ball still here on the back third of Aviation side. Elevation. Double whiff from 2 different players, 2 different sides. Shot on goal, McWar Eagle finds the save.
Yeah, that was a little cattywampus, weird kind of situation. Everybody just wanted to do some backflips. But this one on goal, pushed away. The defense is there. Speaking of defense, it's Spooky. He's going to put one offensively towards the goal. Is not going to find it. Another chance here, but off of the backboard. Best Spider-Man impression ever as Noosh is going to knock that one out. A demo here leaves the goal wide open. Spooky finds it and makes them pay.
I want more of that, Regiment. Demo the goalkeeper, push them out of the way. Boom. Want them if you have to, and then take the shot. That's exactly what you need to be doing.
Give them the old rule 1. Nobody gets to play.
Every single tournament I have casted thus far has had someone get roll 1.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. It happens. Oh, no. That one's rolling right in.
Okay,
well,
so,
you know, I'm not sure if you're a religious person, but from my understanding, a certain person giveth, and then they immediately taketh. If I'm remembering my scripture correctly.
As some of my friends would say, the Lord yoinketh and the Lord eateth, or something like that.
I like that so much better. Oh, either way, they got a chance to breathe, and now they are choking. As Regiment scores, they get scored on. Another opportunity. We talked about the choke, and Spooky's back.
Absolutely incredible. Not just do it again.
He yoinketh, he gets to yoink again?
Yeah.
That works out. Spooky gets a great move there, and had his teammate on the inside as well, so even if that ball gets saved, there's an opportunity to spike that down. But 2 goals in 18 seconds, a hefty order. We'll see if we're running a 24-hour diner or what the situation is here. As that one's coming in. Turned away there, though, with ease. That one shot on goal, popped on out. Final seconds, 2 goals to go. It feels like an impossible situation. Feels like this one's chalked up, especially after that, your own teammate just stopped your shot. That's unfortunate, but Aviation Nation didn't need it, so they'll be happy with this round 1 victory.
You can see Regiment dominating shots on goal and side control, technically even boost use as well. It just felt like, you know, the saves coming out from McWar Eagle were just too much.
Just even the scores, too. I mean, again, we spent more time trying to figure out his name in the early seconds than they needed to actually score the first goal. That shows you just how fast and crazy that individual is. Again, this is the first time we have seen them here on broadcast. Kind of bummed we hadn't seen it earlier because this individual is just on fire right now.
Absolutely incredible player, but that does mean that if this, like I said earlier, I have a hunch that I know who Spooky is.
Gotcha.
And I've casted quite a few of their games when they were playing in high school leagues.
Sure.
So if I know who that person is, that means that they now put a giant red X on War Eagle's back and might spend quite a bit of time trying to make sure they can't do much on their side of the field. I mean, McWar Eagle was not only put 2 goals on the net, but they made so many gosh darn saves, and they were facilitating quite a bit of clears. So it's just like, if someone's doing that much work, let's give them a quick break, you know.
Yeah. Well, and you saw Spooky had so many shots on goal, so many opportunities, just wasn't able to find the net. And as you mentioned, that comes from the saves on the other side of things. But we mentioned Regiment has, you know, plenty of opportunity to make this work. So we'll see what's going on, who walks away. and who moves on to see the next round of this tournament. Sakura's going to put this one up and over. Saying less is not going to find much there. Just waiting on that front post, looking for something. War Eagle pushes that one down to allow for Sainless to make those moves. But again, this is just bunch ball in the corner until further notice. That's a nice little setup, but it does look like Noosh is going to be there to push that one and allow for the pressure to be let off for just a little bit. What a great clear, what a great shot, and an even better save.
I was holding my breath because I really thought that one was just going to go across the map and into the net because the rotations were a little slow, but we have the ball here in the back third. We have a double demolition between Sayless and Sakura, so both teams down by one for a little bit of time, but have respawned, and Sakura's going to immediately come with the ball, push it up around one. Can they get it past McWarrior? No, they cannot. As I've said before, this person needs to be taken out. Push them away from the goal. Do not let them touch that gosh darn ball.
Well, yeah, you know, you can ask that, but it doesn't matter if you can't get to him is the other thing, too. Guys just flying around at the speed of sound. It looks like it's Spooky tries to get something there, is not able to do so, so that means that War Eagle's going to put this one up and over. His teammates are there. Noosh looking to push that one, and Saying Less tries to get on there. A little double commit there from the side of Aviation Nation, so he'd find a way to kind of slow this down, open up the field a little bit more as Kareen there going to fall short as Sakura is forced on the back, and Spooky and as well as Nooch all in the goal, but not going to find anything. Saying Less is in there, and that is a wide open goal.
Oh no, no!
Excuse me. The control here is kind of disgusting as well, so take a look. That one comes off the wall. That's just an unfortunate read, but this right here is the disrespectful part. Little pop, little drop, and a little rocket, as it does look like they are going to be off to the races. Aviation Nation with their first one.
You said it that you need to slow down and take control here, and McWarrior was like, all right, let me show you what that looks like.
You want it to be fancy, or you just want it? Speaking of fancy, up and around, the reset looked beautiful, but not going to find it. Noosh had an opportunity, not going to connect as War Eagle once again strutting their stuff. That's the wrong way. But hey, pass it back to your teammate, let them take the big bop. Saying Let's going to put this one down and on.
Unfortunately, though, they lost control of that ball in mid-flight. They are going to transition for Noosh. Noosh is going to be taken out by It's Spooky, and Sakura is going to dunk it down to Kareen. Kareen's going to look to play it off the wall, but unfortunately just left it, allowing War Eagle to take a shot on goal. That's not what you want to be doing. Go for that 50-50, especially if you see War Eagle going after it. Popping it up, trying to get it past McWar Eagle.
He's everywhere.
Flying into the air like their animal counterpart.
Excuse me?
And with the redirect to Say Less, will find another goal.
So what happened here? Okay, I'm not entirely sure why, I'm not sure who it is on the blue side, but they were completely on the opposite spectrum of that entire play. They were going for the aggressive back end, and they definitely needed to be in the defensive side, but instead they are punished. As we have seen, Aviation Nation does not relent, and McWar Eagle is out for blood, giving its best while doing so.
If you are currently watching and are one of the coaches, managers, players of one of the teams that's going to be going up against Aviation Nation later, if they are the ones to make it out of this game, you need to find someone to clip McWar Eagle's freaking wings, man. Yeah. They spend way so much time going for free, but there we go. We find a goal finally for Regiment here. They're showing signs of life. They need one more. I think they can do it. There's plenty of time on the clock, but they need to not let any more go into their net because it's taken so long to find this first goal.
Yeah, kind of a weird double touch there, leading to War Eagle having to make a decision. He went left when you should have gone right. It's not his fault. It's one of those split-second decisions that you get in Rocket League. So a little bit of a sloppy play that we're not used to, but as you see, they recollect real quick. Sainless and War Eagle quite literally stacked on each other. Not necessarily what you want to see, but a formation they are willing to run as that one's pushed on back. Sakura again putting this one towards the orange goal, but it's turned away there by Sainless. It's Spooky returns the favor. We are now in neutral, as it does look like War Eagle finds the mid and gonna put that one on. Noosh had an opportunity in tandem.
And Kareem makes the save. He's gonna set it in Spooky. It's Spooky.
The demo! Oh!
It's Spooky! Yes!
He hit the player, not the ball. War Eagle goes up, misses that one. Sainless gets a piece of the ball, but more of the player, and it rolls right past them. So we got a game number 2 here, 2-2, 1:43 on the clock.
And as one of my good friends, Subtones, by the way, happy birthday to you, I know I'm a day late, would say we are at the It's Complicated tied 0-0.
Yeah, absolutely, it's complicated. Sakura here is going to put this one on as Noosh is actually out of position. Spooky hits the crossbar, and War Eagle should be able to carry this little 1v1 carry action. Is going to destroy one, but was able to get the ball there. And so all of that momentum just absolutely thwarted here as Saintless trying to make something happen. And wow, what a move there as Noosh was actually right in, right on. It's towards, but too wide.
Okay. It's Spooky, pushes the ball a little bit forward. We have a Demolition taking out McEagle. Noosh is going to take out Kareen, though, so Saintless is now having a lot of pressure put on them. They're at 1 minute territory, tied 2 each. Someone has to find one goal to put them in the lead. We go into our first golden goal opportunity. I don't know what's going to happen.
I did not like that sequence from the side of Aviation Nation. That left it wide open for the side of Regiment, and that would have been 3 unanswered goals, but instead, looks like that little touch gonna go too far. Noosh able to put that one in a bad spot. That laser turned away. Sakura with a shot, Saintless with the deny.
Spooky grabs that boost and then redirects his ball line. Green to come in, played off that backboard, but doesn't have enough speed, so they have to take multiple touches here. Is that going to work out okay? War Eagle gets in front of them, snagging that ball away. We're crossing down into below 15 seconds here. Do not let War Eagle have possession of this ball, or that scoreboard's immediately going to turn lopsided. And Saintless takes out Sakura. Noosh is going to be taken out by Spooky. Who's going to find the goal? Are we going to see golden goal time? Is it overtime? 4 seconds left.
Noosh able to clear that one out. It looked so good. The final seconds could be a 0-second goal, but it does appear, as you said, Nerdy, we're going into golden goal situations.
Going off this first kickoff, it doesn't look like Saintless is going to win it. The Kareem off the wall, grabs it, can't maintain it for too long, though. Dunks down in front of them. War Eagle's going to get a touch on it, send it forward. That's a cross-map shot. Spooky, though, finds it quickly.
Beautiful.
Ball's still in front of the goal. They need to clear it.
Not able to find it, though. Great little sequence there from the side of Aviation Nation. Immediately punished. A stop right there. So slow, so open, and so disappointing that it doesn't go in. Regiment's going to have to keep fighting. Again, they need this win or they're done. As Aviation Nation, again, pushes through, pushes forward, and just everybody looking for anything. No opportunities to be wasted. As Noosh is now going to be the one to clear this one out. Stopped by it, Spooky. Kareen with an opportunity, getting fancier and fancier. That one's in, that one's on, and Saintless is able to clear it out, but it is too little, too late, as War Eagle now going to slow this one down again.
Spooky,
looking to flick, didn't get it, but Spooky, like you said, there in the meantime.
Also, we've been praising War Eagle, but Saintless has accolades off the board, and Sakura, same thing, accolades off the board. So those two have been putting in work, one for each team. Nicely done, but right now we've crossed 1 minute 15 seconds. No goals found. Lots of situations where they've been almost found. Noosh is going to take a Kareem. Ball's at the midfield. War Eagle has the ball stolen by a teammate, and Spooky takes them out.
It's actually a crazy situation. The communication needs to be spot on there. You end up just smashing into your teammate. It's Spooky look to put that on, but instead puts it on towards his own goal. That should allow from the side of Aviation Nation to get at least a little bit of aggressive nature here. That one's up and over. Nobody there, as it looks like Noosh went up early. Is going to be demo. The goal is open. It's off the post. What a save by War Eagle.
Spooky now rotating back with possession. Saintless is going to take out Kareem. We have the ball dumped down by Noosh. It's going to be Sakura who ends up with possession. They're going to pop it up. They have the teammate there. Teammate sends it to the corner. Sakura goes for the reset to try and center it up for Kareem. Kareem's going to pop it up again. They're getting grouped around. Not quite demoed, but Spooky finally is going to be demoed. Now Kareem going for the shot on goal. It's going to be popped up by Mick. War Eagle sends that midfield stripe, and Spooky who's respawn.
No! Oh, no! Oh, no!
See this replay, it was Spooky who had the touch here, and it's an own goal in overtime, I believe.
How does that even happen?
The physics, the gods of the game were just not in Spooky's favor, and with that, Aviation Nation's going to walk away with the second game win here in this best-of-3 series, and they will walk away with the victory. Regiment, this is the end of the road for you here, but nonetheless, congratulations. You guys all fought strong and did fantastic. Aviation Nation, you guys preserve your spot here in the second chance bracket for a little bit longer.
That's a tilter.
Yeah.
That's a I'm not playing this game for another week kind of situation. That's a I hope I have the warranty on my controller. Like, that's unfortunate, and that's the nicest way I can put that, because that was not the intention, obviously. That ball took a completely different angle than physics people are watching that going, how in the heck? Like, what? And if you're the team, you're just hanging your head. That's not even almost in your fault, like, situation. That just, damn it.
I've said it before that if you play this game and you manage to hit, like, grand champion rank, you should be going for, like, a physics or mathematics major in
aeronautical
college.
engineering, like something. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And that one, my brain is just like, how? That doesn't.
Nani?
The physics does not check out on this one, and I need someone to double check that. Like, pause it, take a screen cap, and do the math for me real fast and tell me how that ended up happening. And you might have the opportunity to do that as we throw to a break. So you got like roughly 3 minutes to figure that one out. So if you're an engineer watching, please, tag me on Twitter with the response to this one, because I really need to know how the heck that ended up happening to It's Spooky. I'm sorry, It's Spooky, but for now, we'll see you back here in a few minutes.
A strong America is a force for good in the world, and the strength of our military is paramount to that mission. Wherever they go, the USO is there to keep our service members connected to everything that gives meaning to their service: family, home, and country. The USO is trusted to support our service members on all 7 continents. With more than 200 locations, Home for Our Troops is as close as the nearest USO center or program. The USO provides critical programming, connecting with service members and their families millions of times each year. From the moment they swear an oath, new recruits are welcomed by the USO's family of staff and volunteers.
I'm here to witness my son swearing in. It's nice to have basically a liaison to help people so they aren't as nervous of what their children are going to go through.
Separation and constant movement are an ever-present challenge for service members and their loved ones. The USO keeps military families strong, providing connection home and events for families and couples.
From the little Christmas events for the kids, or like we had a date night, the USO has given us time, not only together, time with our children, and things to do.
When troops are deployed, the USO provides a home away from home to help bridge the distance. On the front lines, a care package, a phone call home, comfort food, a familiar song, or a moment to relax can mean everything. When their military service to the nation is complete, the USO connects transitioning veterans with resources in their new communities and helps them plan for their next chapter.
We spend most of our time servicing the country, that when it's time to get out, we're usually behind the curve a little. The USO has come in and kind of get us a leg up on that transition so we can make the best move into a second career.
We are the USO, the force behind the forces. Go to uso.org to learn more.
Do you think we can do it like James Bond style?
Yeah, only one way to find out.
Dun 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 dun. I made it! I made it! I made it!
Yes! Did I get it? Yes!
Well done.
We killed it!
It feels great to be able to give back to the community of active duty and veterans.
And of course I went on the USO's channel.
Boise State Esports Arena. We are here today for the June USO Community Cup Rocket League 3v3 tournament powered by Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, where the teams are competing in a best-of-3 double elimination bracket for the chance at $1,200 in prize pool. Since 1941, the USO has been the nation's leading organization to serve the men and women in the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they join, through their assignments and deployments, and as they transition back to their communities, the USO is always by their side. side. We got Chizu, we got Nerdy Bird, and we have got a sequence of games that are do or die. From here on out, if you make a mistake, it could be your last. We just saw an absolutely crazy game between some of the best of the best. And for those of us just joining in, 3v3 as always, because that's kind of the best way to play Rocket League. You could do the 1v1, but then you're a tryhard. And of course, these guys are invited from the previous USO competitions throughout the year. Military teams were handpicked by the USO, and it's a mix of professionals, collegiate, civilian, military teams, you name it. It is a smorgasbord of awesome.
Yes, and as you just mentioned, we are down to the wire for some of these teams, and we're actually going to be able to see Aviation White, who we just saw, take on Yard Goats, who I believe earlier was taken out by Regiment.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Do you have any anecdotal things for me to know about going into this about Yard Goats? I mean, that name alone.
The name alone is great, and they did spend a lot of time, it looks like, creating their icon, their emblem, whatever you want to call it. And as we alluded to earlier, maybe we spend more time on the sticks as opposed to the drawing pad. They do have some prowess. Well, I'm just saying we saw some things that looked a little sketchy. They are in the lower chance brackets, so I'm not being completely rude and dishonest when I say I see the promise. I want to see it come out in full force.
That was a lot of sass.
Yeah, it was a little sassy. Have you met me?
I have. And for Yard Goats, we have some special keys to advice. Just kidding. They also apply to Aviation Nation. They come in the form of docs keys to the game. And docs keys in particular for Rocket League are create the mistakes, punish the double commits, use boost wisely, and bump opponents to disrupt. This tournament is supported by Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. They provide service members and their families with resources needed to learn about their VA home loan benefits through their support of the USO's transition program. They host workshops that provide valuable knowledge to those that serve our country. Thank you, Mutual Omaha Mortgage, for being a part of the USO family and the forces behind the forces.
And thank you to the players, too. They have brought a lot of heat. There are names that we have been screaming left, right, and in between as far as these crews are concerned. And from here on out, for those watching, we will be following the winners of these matches until they meet in the grand finals. Yard Goats versus Aviation Nation White. And like I said, look at that. Look at that icon. It's dope. That's awesome.
It is. And we look at Aviation Nation White. It looks like a clip art globe, clip art plane.
It is what it is. It's sure no cute goat with a little green goatee thing going on, but I would fly on that airline.
Just not Spirit?
No. Let's not get into that, okay? But let's get into the game. Can we do that?
Yes, let's do it. We've got Plum with an angry face. Nick War Eagle once again coming in. Looks like Aviation Nation White has no changes to their roster. We have Ethan, Plum, Angry Face, and Tut. I might just call you Angry Face. Coming in right now for Team Regiment. So definitely some, Hartford Yard Goats is going to be running out that roster. So let's see how they shake out against the Aviation Nation White team.
You need to watch out for Tut. We were singing the praises of War Eagle. Never mind, look out for Ethan.
22 seconds, what?
This dude is sniping. Watch this. What a great little turnaround, and it comes off just perfect. You could not ask for a better situation. Awesome. So immediately off the bat, they're like, hey, you said we needed to work on the sticks. How about this one? Stick that. And they find the first one within, like you said, the first 30.
One thing that we just saw there that worked out heavily for them was getting in that passing lane. Another shot on goal from Plum. Angry Face there. Ethan's not going to elevate. Let's dunk it down, but they're going to be challenged by Eagle. Noosh, though, slowing down a little bit. Gets the opportunity to get this ball across the midfield stripe. Angry Face is going to rotate back into that corner, snipe that ball away. They have to get it past
Faking.
the Tut comes in, soaring in like an eagle, and Ethan's unfortunately going to hit the ball at that ceiling with an awkward ricochet. Allows Vic War Eagle, the true eagle on this field, to grab that ball.
Nice double commit there. By nice, I mean unfortunate, as War Eagles gives him the old finds a score for him and his crew. I'm sorry, from here on out, it's going to happen every time.
You're so sassy.
Okay, like, have you heard an eagle screech when it goes down for its prey? Because it looks like that, it feels like that, and it is rewarding as that.
But right before that, you're like, nice double commit. And by that, I mean, unfortunately, just the sass. I can feel it over here. Oh, my God.
Again, I'm, if anything, honest, even to a fault. Ethan right there tries a double touch and just hands it over to Aviation Nation. So probably not what he was looking for. Saying less, though, also whiffs on that one.
And Ethan's going to be able to push forward with it. They're going to unfortunately pop. Oh, that was awesome, McWar Eagle. Oh, McWar Eagle.
That one's more like a it's a sad caw, because, yeah, he tried to put that one on and instead just rolls it in. My bad, my bad, my bad. What a save, what a save, what a save. You have been timed out. My bad, what a save. Whoops. Noosh not going to win that one, and Tut is off to the races, but denied. That time successfully by McWar-Eagle, but that second shot turned away as well by Ethan. Ethan looking to roll it in, but can't find it as War-Eagle will pinch that one into the corner. Tut looking to fire again, and my goodness, the side of the Yard Goats making me eat my earlier words. They have come online in the last handful of rounds, and Ethan rifles that one in, saying Les not able to do anything there as Noosh finally gives his crew a moment to breathe.
Ethan gets the ball across the midfield stripe, but at the cost of their own vehicle. Sayless off that wall is going to look to dug it down to McWar-Eagle. Push a little too far forward. Now we got Angry Face sending that ball towards the goal. Saved again by McWar-Eagle. Demo this human being, please! They are making too many saves. That's 3. 2 of them back-to-back. Ethan, you've had so many shots on goal. You gotta be a little bit upset with that person. Take them the heck out of the game. You just played it around them, though. That might be huge. They get it around Noosh. Do they have the opportunity to center this up for a teammate, though?
Kills the momentum, unfortunately. Plum does have an option to throw this up and does so. War-Eagle going to be the receiver here as they start to run this up. Tut whiff. Nice little flick. Ethan to save the day. Noosh tries to put this one on. War-Eagle with a beautiful redirect. The one-timer is good.
I don't know what to say about this. I said demo War-Eagle. He was right there.
They tried, you know. Went for the ball. Missed both individuals, but it is what it is. So we got ourselves an even game. They just want to make it exciting. 2:26 basically halftime of this whole rendition. No one as with a round victory yet as we are in the first game here. But again, a best of 3, and so far a best of the best as both of these teams have been rifling off shots. You see the accolades up top and relatively even, all things considered. Tut gonna run this one up on the wall. One of the players that I was watching earlier on in this tournament, absolutely loving to see what they've got, and Ethan has just been turning it up here.
We have Plum elevating to challenge Noosh. They get the better of the touches, and they are going to challenge Sayless as well. Ethan with the 3rd elevation. Sayless whiffs on their opportunity to send that ball away. McWar-Eagle finds the clear here, but it's thwarted immediately by Plum.
What a redirect off of that wall shot, actually. I thought that was going in for sure, but Tut is able to get back here on the defensive, puts that one over his own net, and flies that one in. War-Eagle looking for an opportunity, but instead it's open, and Plum just has to get in there, and they do!
Yeah,
Big win in the air, lands and makes them pay.
I mean,
Huge.
One of the keys is don't punish the double commit, but punishing the overcommit is just as important. And Plum was like, I'm gonna sit here and cherry pick a little bit. Can someone hand me the ball?
And they did, and they ran with it, and they were rewarded. So, Yard Goats are up with 1:30 left to go, but if this game is any indication of momentum and shifting, still plenty of time. Nice little donut. Let's go, Plum. Yeah. Drift, drift, drift. Oh, okay, that was a lag situation. I thought we were just being, Tokyo Drifters here, but it looks like Tut gonna go on up. I guess the game is now at a stable state, as this looks like Tut is over and in, not be able to put that one in. Ethan able to move to the right to try to corral this little mark. It's a little bit of 1v1. A flick is up, but denied by War-Eagle. But that shot right there is dangerous as well. Plum able to beat out the opponent and able to flick this one out, but that's still in a dangerous and precarious situation. War-Eagle not able to finish it.
Noosh was demoed there to allow for this to be a little bit, to have a little bit less pressure here on the defensive side for the Yard Goats. However, shot on goal from Sayless is going to be a little bit too wide, saved by Ethan, even though it hit the wall. Sometimes game, I don't understand how you work. We've got Noosh going again. Plum's going to find the clearance and take out Sayless. Plum, there's no one in front of you. Go for it. Be the fancy human
Style
being.
on him. This is so
Another
mean.
goal for Plum.
This is so mean. As we take a look again, Plum realizes not only is he ahead, but 2 individuals from his crew are there. He flicks it up, he rolls around like a pig in mud, and just finds himself yet another. 4-2 with 30 left. This could be game 1 for the Yard Goats.
Earlier, we saw someone find almost 2 goals that short amount of time.
Excuse me. Sorry.
It's all good. It's Spooky did it earlier. I think Aviation Nation could do it, but they can't facilitate McWar-Eagle enough right now because it looks like the Yard Goats watched that game and are well aware they need to play keep away as far as they possibly can from McWar-Eagle and done so nicely thus far. Even if they find a buzzer beater, I do believe that is it for this game number 1 for Aviation Station.
Oh, sure.
And it's GG go next. You got to beat him in game number 2.
It got to the point where you could see right there, the Yard Goats were just styling. They're like, what can we get away with? Because The easy stuff we're finding. It's a back and forth. It is what it is. 82-18 in shots spells the entire thing.
That's not really a stat you'd ever want to be seeing.
Oh, no. I mean, if you're on the lower side of that number, sure. If you're on the higher side of that number, you're feeling great.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Sometimes, though, I feel like if you have such a dominant performance in game number 1, game number 2 is vastly different.
You can turn it up. You've already started a little bit of the tinder, a little bit of the fire. Now you have a blazing inferno of a bonfire that you can, I don't know, do what you do at a bonfire.
Or the yard goats are just absolutely salty about the comments that you made earlier and are now back with a vengeance to be like, hey, Chizu.
Probably more accurate. Yeah, you're probably right. That's my fault. Well, then fine. If I have to poke the bear for the beast to come out,
do it.
And it leads to that kind of Rocket League play, I will bad talk whoever I want then at that point.
I mean,
I will bad talk
every.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm here to support, but that's what I wanted to see, and I'm glad they stepped up to the challenge because they looked unbelievably flawless there. Again, we were talking about limit testing and things of that nature. Just Bella, as I've been saying all day.
Well, let's see if they can do it again in game number 2 or if they're going to get shut down and we're going to see a game number 3. I personally love watching Rocket League series go the complete distance, hit overtime once, if not twice. But, you know, at the end of the day, this is a tournament, so that means it's a lot of time to spend if you go into a 3rd game in a series. I wish both teams the best of luck. Yard Goats coming out strong already, pushing the ball to the back third of the Aviation Nation side of the field, and Plum back post rotation perfectly, grabs that ball off the clear, sending it to the midfield strike. Nushlo takes out Ethan, the powerhouse, who has been there for the Yard Goats. And another one takes out Tut. Looks like it is just demolition derby right now for Aviation Nation.
They got your wish.
Yeah, but they used all of their boosts to do that.
Tut's going to put that one in as well, but not going to find much. Teammates running into each other, that is never what you want, nor is it the ideal situation, obviously. As Noosh is coming in on this one, War Eagle there, but denied by the plain named Ethan, who shows off anything but plain skills and punishes them for the first of this round.
I think Ethan scored the first goal of the last game, too, didn't he?
I think that sounds about right. We'll have to reconfirm that, but it has a basic name, that's what I'm saying, and just unbelievably advanced gameplay.
It's being humble with the name.
You know, right. You can't be, and not everybody can be super awesome ninja 1337. Some of us have to be Ethan.
I mean, I personally like the Plum Angry Face, but with that being said, we have Ethan getting taken out by McWar Eagle yet again. McWar Eagle at the midfield. We've got a kind of a little bit of a battle going on. Plum ends up putting it out. Shot on goal, hits that back to the corner post and the crossbar. The 4th man came in clutch for Aviation Nation.
Thanks, Atmosphere, as that saves them a goal right there. But again, Hartford looking so good, already up 1 here in this situation off of the back of Ethan. Noosh is up and actually gets a pretty interesting second touch there. Whether or not it was intended is questionable, but it does look like they're trying to run this one out. Instead, Plum is just going to say, no, that's my ball, and you're also dead. Puts this one up and around, an opportunity, and Tut finishes it. That's the second for the Yard Goats. Plum is kind of disgusting.
Kind of.
It's kind of a rude dude with attitude. Stole the ball away.
I was kind of getting that vibe.
Yeah.
It might be the angry face that gave
angry
me
face
vibe.
that did it for you, right?
Yeah.
Clear indication of things to come as Plum wins this one out for his crew, but it does look like turned away really quick there. Tut goes up and swings with a miss attached to it, as it does look like War Eagle going to turn up the heat here, fires on goal, but it is found off of the backboard. That went up and around. This could land in a favorable position. In goes Ethan, down goes the ball, and unreal. There is no God in that scenario. Whatever they were praying to just did not have their back. That one goes up, a great defensive play. Secondary touch from Plum. What a solid move from the side of Aviation Nation, but just found wanting. That shot's huge. Turned away there by Ethan.
And if you are unfamiliar with how Rocket League works, the goal scoring rules are exactly how they are for real soccer.
Like that?
Yeah, ball has to completely 100% cross that goal line. If a single pixel is not across, the game says, nope, not a goal, and you don't get it. Celeste made sure that that was true, as there was nobody in that goal. The back post rotation just coming out a little bit too slow there for Plum. Aviation Nation showing wow.
What a save, what a save. This is why I love Rocket League, man. You can trash talk your own teammates, or you can just put it in the net. You've got to actually be joking. No, don't touch it. Okay, Ethan.
Plum almost caught that ball out of the net.
yeeteth, yoinketh, ineth, outeth. It's a game of inches here.
You can see Plum almost hits it out. Ethan's like, oh my gosh, bro, stop.
Stop, just rotate out. Let me do it. 3-1 in favor of the Yard Goats.
Noosh going off the kickoff, has possession still here in the corner on the back third of Hartford, good side of the field. Ethan, though, snacks it away. Doing
So
some
fancy.
fancy aerial work.
So
No one in
fancy.
front of them. Easy shot.
Excuse me?
Ooh, the angle was just not quite there. It happens. You got plenty of time to do it over again.
Again?
Tut snagging it in mid-flight from Noosh, showing up Plum stealing away from McWarrigal, leaving it for Ethan. And it does look like Tut is going to get demoed by Noosh, making this up forward approach a little bit more difficult.
Up and away, but misses McWarrigal. Going to pass that over to his teammate. Shot is actually, respectable is the term I'm going to use. As Tut is going to fancifully carry this over. Plum with an opportunity. Up and away is the shot. As it looks like War Eagle may have an opportunity. Just kidding. Saying less is opting into this play as Tut and Ethan look to aggress. Oh, turned away at the last second there. Going to be awarded with that one. But Plum looking angry, but looking oh so good in the process.
This is absolutely beautiful. I mean,
What a cut.
how do you shut down Plum? How do you shut him down?
Fertilizer poisoning.
I mean, that's true. That's one way to shut down actual Plums.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't think you can do it to the player at least.
Nope. And right now we are looking at if Aviation Nation wants to just equalize with the Yard Goats, and that means send us into overtime. They have to find literally a goal every 30 seconds here. Can they do it? They could.
That's an opportunity. Looks
Is
good.
it possible? Yeah. Will they? I have absolutely no idea.
Only time will tell. As Tut and the rest of the crew here are able to just stave off all this aggression. What a great pop. When you are ahead, those kind of moves feel so unbelievably good. Gives you a chance to breathe, rest. You don't need any more points. You just need to pay attention and keep the ball out of your net. You are fighting for your victory condition here, and that's simply don't screw up.
Ball is spending Plum just doing a lot of back talk. Is it going to be biting them in the heel zone? No, it will not, because Ethan's going to rotate back quickly enough. Ball already crossing that midfield stripe. Plum gets another touch on it. Noosh goes for the opportunity here. Tut demos McWarrigal. Ethan shot on goal. Hits that crossbar backward wherever the heck you want to say did that.
Okay.
Now y'all are just flexing.
That was a great response. That's a reaction play if I've ever seen one, because again, Tut puts this on Ethan. He was on the way back and is able to flick that in. That is an awareness of ball physics that I can only hope to one day have.
Same.
Right vibes.
I get that.
Oh, and Ethan's just going to put this one over. I think this might be all of the wind coming out of all of the sails if you're on the side of Aviation Nation. The wind is gone from beneath your wings, if you will.
McWarrigal.
See what happens. Ethan clearing that one out. But yeah, that's McWarrigal looking very, very vulnerable this round.
In comparison to what we saw earlier, they're
Absolutely.
not doing nearly as much work as we saw. I mean, when you have to fight your way through the redemption bracket, the first games can be so taxing. And we have Noosh finding a goal, but 4 seconds left on the clock. At least that's a morality boost. You guys say you tried your hardest now and walk away knowing you did your best. But as I was saying, when you have to battle your way through redemption bracket, the first game, you go your hardest because you know this is your last opportunity. But when you start working your way back up through that bracket, it gets so mentally taxing and even physically taxing. So Aviation Nation White, you guys fought incredibly hard. Congratulations on making it as far as you did, but for now, the Yard Goats are going to walk away and continue on. And here we can see things are pretty equal. It wasn't, 18% shots on goal coming out of Aviation Nation this time. They did better.
Yeah, but the ones that did go through kind of rang true. So, again, we were talking the stats, not necessarily telling the story. Because, again, it was, 82%, and they only had 2 goals. This one, they're just a little less and somehow scoring more. So, huge moves there from the Yard Goats, and very well-earned victory, if I am not mistaken. Again, they were able to shut down War Eagle. They looked great there for the first little bit, but you could just see step by step, day by day, the Yard Goats just had everything they wanted and then some.
Really interested to see if they can manage to keep up the momentum and the scoring that they've done. I mean, they absolutely dominated those last 2 games. Very clearly dominated.
Right.
I mean, yes, there was mistakes. There was double commits that we saw. There was some unfortunate rotations that were bad, but they did a great job getting in those passing lanes, taking the ball away. They also, on offensive pushes, we wouldn't see it happen, but we'd see 2 players and then just off of somewhere else in the field, there was a demolition that occurred. And so that offensive push was just absolutely solid. It was going to be difficult to shut down.
Yeah.
If they keep that up, I think they could, completely make it out of this bracket.
Right, and then, again, not only would I have to take back my thing about their emblem and the sticks, but it would just be a great resurgence. Because, again, this was a team that we saw very early on in the day. They put up a fight. I don't think we even saw them find their way into the losers bracket. I think that was an off-stream game. But regardless, they are now fighting for that grand final, and it is very well within their reach.
Maybe it was all a bait.
Is that what it is? Is sandbagging? Little like Rock Lee taking off the weights thing?
And then all the clouds of smoke just go 150 feet in the air.
Yep. Well, hey, if one Aviation Nation wasn't enough, how about a lower finals with Aviation Nation Red? My name is Aviation Nation Red. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Let's see if it works out in Aviation Nation Red's favor. They want to take down the Hartford Yard Goats. I mean, they just took out their sister team. It is time for vengeance. Can they find it for their fellow teammates? I don't know. That's going to be difficult. I mean, yeah, I could not point out really one. I mean, Ethan and Plum were the dynamic duo.
Sure.
And then Tut was that sleeper player. I know they're flashy. I know they're pulling off a lot of stuff, but I can do it too. So there's really not a single player that I can sit there and be just make this person not be able to touch the ball and you'll have a better game.
And that's the well-oiled machine, if you will. I mentioned that Tut early on was just very flashy, very where you wanted them to be to stop the aggression or start your momentum. Not necessarily a finisher, although they did score a goal in that last game kind of thing. They're kind of that mid-range player. I've got it, or I'm going to set you up for that. And I like to see that. It means you've got three individuals capable of doing what they want. But as you mentioned, Plum and Ethan just firing off shots and finding everything they wanted.
Well, we'll have to see if anyone can shut them down. But a quick reminder to everyone that's watching, we have a massive prize pool totaling $1.2 grand. First place gets $600, second place gets $400, third place gets $200. That is so much food. This is how I look at money. It is food for me. So, I mean, that $600 is going to feed me for 2 months, easily.
Wow.
So, with that in mind, there's a lot of money on the line, and that is why these players are fighting so desperately to get out of this redemption bracket, second lower bracket, call it what you will. For me, it's the redemption opportunity. Someone is going to find redemption and find their way in the grand finals. Right now, we are going to enter the finals, though, for this second chance bracket.
Right, absolutely. And again, you mentioned food. Yeah, that's absolutely 600 cheeseburgers if you go to the dollar menu. That's 600 fruit parfaits from McDonald's. That's my metric. If you, it's 600 McChickens. If you're one of those individuals. So I know, right? We're a little bit hungry, but hey, don't worry about it because we do have, again, the redemption bracket finals coming up here again from the Yard Goats and yet another Aviation Nation, this time of the red variety. They used a prop plane. I'd be less apt to take that one to continue our earlier metaphor.
All right. I'll give that one to you,
I found something worse than Spirit Airlines.
That would scare me.
Yeah, a prop plane. Could you imagine? Insane. Well, we'll see if they can fly away with a victory, though. And again, they have fought their way to this final. We did not get to see those steps, but that does mean they have a level of skill, prowess, and awareness of this game that could net them into the final. So it looks like, again, the winner of this will be moving on to our grand finals to see how everything unfolds today and who's walking away with 600 McChickens. Or something of that sort.
When you say 600 McChickens, all I think about is that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward goes into the Krabby Patty vault and just starts eating all the Krabby Patties.
Yes.
And he's like, what? I'll blow up? And SpongeBob's like, no, it'll go to your thighs. And then you'll blow up.
It's a delicate balance eating 600 of anything, I could imagine.
Unless it's 600 chicken nuggies.
Very fair. Absolutely. Oof. Don't even get me started. Pretty positive I put away about 150 last night in my watching Lucifer until 2 o'clock in the morning, just down in Dino Nuggets. It's a tango. But anyways, that being said, they are great. I'm just waiting to see what's going on with the teams, what game we'll be jumping into. We just wanted to take a moment to thank all of you guys for being here today, for being with us, because without us, or without you, there is no us. And without the players, there's even further no more us. And so it's a symbiotic relationship, much like Venom. To keep the food metaphor going anyways.
Mm-hmm. That's a different type of food I never want to try, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will never take a bite out of my fellow human being. You have my word.
You have my word. I've been curious, but I'll never try. But we'll see who takes a bite out of their opponents here moving forward, though. There's just so many games we've had today, and at every point, everyone has had a moment to shine, and we're going to actually get to take a look at that here in just a few seconds with some of our replays throughout the course of the day. Just kidding, we're going right into the game, so we're going to go straight into the best of the best on the lower side of this bracket, and away we go, as it does look like Hartford Yard Goats versus Aviation Nation. It says white, I thought it was red. We'll just go AV Nation.
Pretty sure this is red because Aviation White has lost their second chance bracket game.
Exactly.
So this has to be them. Also, side note, this is the prettiest Rocket League map I've seen. Not my favorite, though. Favorite is definitely Hot Wheels.
Okay, I can respect that. I'm a big garden fan. I love the cherry blossom trees in the background, if I had to be honest. But shots left, right, in between. This one flicked up and over. H3, are you kidding me?
Todd, that was scary! Todd, stop! Stop! Even one, what if you gotta take this out of your back third?
Excuse me. What a great defensive play there. Unfortunate touches from the side of Aviation Nation. Weren't able to net them the goal, but did put Hartford Yard Goats on their backs for just a second. Another opportunity knocked on out of here as Ethan's going to go up for this one, and his crew trying to carry it through. A little C9 fan over here, a little flexy-wexy on top of that as Ethan turns it away, but it's not quite out yet. That one pushed off the backboard, down, and Janky scores.
Oh my gosh, earlier when we had those like triple shots on goal and it almost went in off its own, like an attempted clear, but it hit a teammate.
Right.
That was horrifying. So I'm just glad this one was a clean goal coming out from Janky. That was perfect. I mean, one goal, not that big of a deal. Took about a minute for them to find it. Plenty of time to pull this one back in the Yard Goats' favor. But right now, side control being heavily dominated by Aviation Nation Red.
Oh no, everybody just flew at that ball and everybody missed it. All should be ashamed of yourself as this one rolls in, as it does look like Spirit gonna go up here on this one. No correlation to the airlines, but able to push that one through is Tut.
Tut now looking to center it up to its teammate. Unfortunately, though, it does look like Ethan's going to get taken out to make it a little bit harder for them to maintain this pressure. Plum takes the shot. There's no one there for the follow, so Plum's going to try and do it themselves. Spirit does the redirect. Tut has an unfortunate whiff. Ethan will now elevate as I believe Plum is rotating into that secondary position. Tut at the midfield. Spirit gets the redirect. Plum, yes, rotated back to that back post. Going to pull it off the back wall.
Spirit had a great little flick there, and it looked like that was going straight on in. Now Tut has an opportunity, kills the momentum and goes right. Not exactly what you were looking to do, but I feel like the side of the Yard Goats are trying to, for lack of a better term, like rock the baby to sleep. They're just basically making weird plays, taking weird situations, and trying to run with it. The first person to strike isn't necessarily the one that's looking for the goal. So let's see if they can continue this kind of play style. That's a great little one-on-one play there, but it's going to be turned away by H3, allow for Tut to recollect.
Too many touches are coming out from Tut, allowing H3 to calculate, read, and find where they need to touch that ball. And H3 yet again stopping that ball away from Tut. He got the give and the go, but the give and the go finally happens from Ethan to Plum, and Plum to the net. With that, we are tied, one aside.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful here. Just an opportunity. Beat the best of the best. Finds the ball before everybody else and finds the right-hand side of the net. So, like I said, equalized with 2.5 to go. And that is huge for the side of the Yard Goats. Got to go up again, and Ethan, again, average name, extraordinary player. And is looking to continue that streak here off the wall. Second touch is not necessarily there. Plum with the backflip of doom, as I like to say, not going to be able to do much but recollect and end up on the defense. Tut here puts it off the wall. Is a teammate there to collect it? The answer is a glorified no. It's Ethan will have an opportunity here. That's dangerous.
Is there a secondary?
There is not.
It's whipped by Plum.
That's all right. Tut will try to recollect this for the crew, and again, now the Yard Goats just going absolutely nuts. Pinched off of the roof. Ethan in and on, but denied by Spirit.
Ethan hasn't been up yet. Dumps the ball down from the net. Tut couldn't get in there before the clear happened to go. Plum now in this back corner. Pushes it into that high ceiling. Janky, I think it's a touch on it, but now it looks like Tut has possession. Can they get it around 2? They got it around Spirit, but on H3. Back pass to Ethan. Shot! Beamed into the back of the net.
This is disrespectful. This is angry. This is not what you do if you're a ninth guy. Tut rolls it past 2, flicks it off of the wall there. No one was stopping that as it gets buried. And now the Yard Goats go down from down 1 to up 1 in only a minute's worth of time. 1:30 left on the clock now. H3 looking for something here, gonna overcommit. 2 people actually kiss in the air on the same team. Not what you want. Spirit, though, isn't able to get the angle on that H3, looking for something.
Ethan.
And now it is an open goal scenario as Ethan's going to roll this one up, and that's in. The punishment is like a Hadoken to the no-no zone.
That was the chef's kiss of capitalizing on the mistakes here. I mean,
both of them are there too. Wow.
Perfect. I mean, yes, that was an overcommit on the goal scoring opportunity, but I'm pretty sure the realization that everyone was behind them meant that, like, if we miss this, we are the dum-dums here, not them. So they managed to find that one, putting them up by 2 minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock.
Again, they hit the sticks, and they're making it work here as the Yard Goats put that one on an end. Excuse me?
How, Ethan? Ethan, what did you eat for breakfast? How big is your backpack right now, my friend? Holy cow.
Absolutely disrespectful and just something you wouldn't necessarily expect to happen. Just a huge turnaround, massive clear, wide open net.
You've got a minute. That means roughly 1 goal every 20 seconds for Aviation Nation to find us tied at 4 aside. That'll be very difficult. We have barely seen teams hit this 4-goal mark thus far. Today, this afternoon, this evening, depending on where you're watching from. Plum, touch from Plum in the mid. Ethan gets demoed. Doesn't matter, though. LC Spirit finds the shot. Tit's going to redirect it. H3 immediately leaves it. Ethan pops it forward. Jangle's setting it right back to the corner, but it goes right to Ethan.
Dodged away from the demo and is able to make that save. That would have gone in. Plum is playing a different game. It's called Dodge Car. It's where you try to avoid the oncoming, steaming pile of metal. And instead, that one's put on there, but not going to find much. Plum pushes that one out as well. And you can just kind of feel this one fall away from the side of Aviation Nation. It looks like a family affair as they will fall one aside. And Hartford Yard Goats will pick up this first round in the best of 3.
Ball just has to hit the ground. Tut, just let it hit the ground.
Oh, Tut wants to flex.
I understand wanting to let it
flex. Oh, man.
That's pretty equal.
Yeah, but the scoreline, again, just so much more in favor of the Yard Goats. Just look at how many shots on goal. That seems so weird, the 58-42, and then you look to the left-hand side, and it's like a bunch of pictures. Right-hand side, not as many pictures, but the numbers don't lie. Hartford Yard Goats take the first and are 1 step away from finding themselves in a grand finals, which feels pretty good, especially after some dumb guy sitting on the left-hand side of the desk said, hey, you guys should probably hit the sticks and spend less time on your emblem. And now I got a big old pile of crow in front of me because it looks like they could be headed to a final if they keep this up.
I mean, it would be pretty hilarious if they did, and if that does end up happening, I'm gonna say that the SAS motivated them, and that's what they needed. And they shouldn't be upset with you if they end up winning this entire thing because you were the reason why they did it.
It's reverse psychology, you know what I mean? It's like you push them and you push them and you push them, but like deep down inside you're like, that's my boy.
Exactly.
So we'll see if the Yard Goats can close it out, or if Aviation Nation has a little bit of revenge in their gas tank.
I want to see if they can do it. I mean, they can put shots in. They've definitely showed us that they can, but it feels like they aren't prepared for the Yard Goats just getting in those passing lanes, taking away those goal-scoring opportunities as frequently as they are. It's the game theory behind it all. You got to get in their heads and anticipate that sort of stuff. Stop taking so many touches as well. I mean, like, that just makes it too easy to read.
Yeah, and you kill that momentum. That ball falls right in front of your net. Next thing you know, you're getting scored on. Oh, man, if only I wasn't trying to be so cool. Speaking of so cool, Plum starts it off with an absolute dagger. But it is going to miss and hit the wall next to him instead of the back of the net. Ethan here with Tut on his wings, but it's going to be destroyed as M3 is looking to hit the player, not the ball. Plum slowing this one down for Tut. Tut is going to knock this one to the side. Ethan now looking to corral this one up and over his net. Easy peasy, gets a little flick in there as well. And speaking of momentum, it is now gone. Plum knocks this one out. Third man is there, and now it's an aerial situation, which Tut, it feels more than confident taking.
Ethan tries to center it up to Tut, but Tut was cherry-picking a little too heavily on the cherry blossom map here. Tut now yet again dropping it down to their teammate Ethan, but Ethan gets taken out by LC Spirit. Tut with possession, still looking for his little soft reset, playing around multiple players here.
He just walked the whole course.
Slows down, still has plenty of boost left in the tank, elevates with possession. Ethan can't find the connection, that's okay. Ball still over here on the back third of Aviation Nation side of the field. Tut goes for the challenge from Spirit, boops him away, but H3 now with possession crossing midfield, straight setting it to Spirit.
That's actually crazy. Could have been an opportunity, but Plum is going to corral this, and this is a neutral aerial game. Apparently, both of these teams just want to fire off and hope for the best, or at least carry it in. There it is, a shot on goal, going to hit the backboard like we were talking about. And Ethan going to come up here, but is going to be beat by Spirit.
Plum grabbing it out of that corner, hits the ceiling on an awkward ricochet, not really something you want to see happening. LC Spirit's going to take out Ethan, and it does look like H3's going to lose the ball out to Tut. Ball's here on the back third of the yard goat side of the field. Ethan finds it clear, but it looks like it's going to go right over to, I believe that was Janky, but Janky leads it for H3. H3 plays it around 1, and they get around Tut. They got it around Tut. That's it. That's it. That's goal number 2 for Aviation Nation. We are seeing a different game than what we saw earlier.
Absolutely, and again, this is all just off of the aggression. H3 breaks the ankles of one. The third or second needs an orthopedic surgeon, and the third one's in the waiting room going, hey guys, Oh, so Aviation Nation off to an early lead, but we have seen this before, Nerdy. An early lead from Aviation Nation being quickly staunched and perhaps disrespected in the meantime. Oh no, that was actually one of the more unfortunate things we have seen today, but it's not going to end up with a, oh, never mind, there's what I was worried about. Yeah, this whole sequence was very, very weird. I didn't quite enjoy that. I'm not even playing. But comes up, Spirit just gets beat there, and it all comes off of a very unfortunate setup and demolition that followed that opened up the floodgates for the Yard Goats. They've been eating trash, but they're looking like victors today.
We said it earlier that Plum gives off aggressive vibes. They give off like almost evil vibes. Now with that demolition that I had earlier, allowing that field to be opened up to that first goal for the Yard Goats. Now we are at the complicated, it's 0-0 between these two teams, both having 1 goal for each other. In the series overall, Yard Goats are leading by 1. Aviation Nation looking for 1 game in their favor, so we can bring us to a game 3. We've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Plum. And with that, Yard Goats are now up by 1.
That actually was just absurd. Tut off of here, off of Plum. Plum to Tut, Tut to Plum, Plum to H3. Like,
in the net.
Just so much happened in 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Did a great move there as the Yard Goats looking to make their final appearance. Or sorry, appearance in the finals, not their final appearance. Probably just jinxed it, but looks like Plum's coming up and over. That was filthy. Tut looks to finish. Cannot do so. Ethan going to stop the momentum and possibly even put more back on. The aggression is real. The flying is beautiful. And Janky says, look at my beauty. Behold, and equalizes this game.
Yeah, a little bit overcommit there. I mean, I understand you're already up by 2 in the previous game. You guys absolutely dominated earlier in this best-of-3 series and in the game of actual full series before this one. You guys won heavy-handedly, but you cannot disrespect your other team. You have to respect to the point where you anticipate the breakaways, anticipate the clears like that. You can't just be everyone across that midfield stripe.
Very interesting scenario there as the Aviation Nation crew actually runs that up and towards the opponent, but not much is going to come out of it here as it does look like Ethan's going to put this off the backboard. Tut is up. A second touch from Ethan. Tut expends everything, so now this means that Plum is all by his lonesome. Has to come up and over and is able to do so as well. That one popped away there by M3 and not in the direction they wanted. That shot's in and on. Desperation is found as they are going to turn that away. A scary situation nonetheless.
That was an could have been a punish double commit. There's another double commit coming out from Aviation Nation. The follow-up, I understand that your team is fantastic at making these shots in one go, but be ready for the follow-up. That's all you really need. We have fun to Ethan. And with that, I do believe that the Yard Goats are back up by 1.
I'm sorry, my jaw is to the floor here because it seems like the Yard Goats don't need a whole lot of material to do something with it.
I think they're playing with their food.
That might be, again, I'm not like in a disrespectful playing with their food. Like, they're really trying to find new ways to get around this crew, and it's working every time. Smooth like butter kind of situation, but they're just looking so solid for as quickly as they're scored on, they turn it back around. So here's Tut now. This is that neutral zone I was talking about. Look at this! Like, excuse me? Maybe, you know, if your other teammate's in a better striking position, that comes out a little differently. But again, Plum right here. This should be an opportunity. See, shot on goal, turned away though, as the 4th man, as he said, is coming in clutch here. But now Ethan gonna put this one up on the wall. Janky tries to clear this one out and is able to use. Never mind, just kidding. There's the clear that they were looking.
Still, we have all 3 members of the Yard Goats on the Aviation Nation side of the field. And so if there's a breakaway, we could see a buzzer beater equalizer. And I might be able to say the hashtag, the tagline I've wanted to say for literally 2 years now when it comes to Rocket League, but Plum's going to shut me down immediately.
Yeah, sorry. It is what it is. As Ethan puts that to who? Plum. What a monster. It's the face. I hadn't considered it until you said something. It's the face on Plum that just has to unlock something.
It's intimidating. That Plum, no offense, but you come off as you're giving very evil and ominous vibes now at this point. And it's a good thing, believe me. It's a good thing as you grab a hat trick for yourself.
It's like Majin Vegeta, you know, it's like you got the M on the forehead and he's like stronger and like, it's, yeah, intimidating. I think that's a good word for it. Not in a bad way.
It's a good thing. You need to be intimidating
good
when it comes to any sort of esport. But man, you are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, that's, oh boy. Okay, good little move there. That turned on its head real quick, and I feel like I jinxed it again, as I mentioned. That shot is going to go wide left. Stopped again, push from the corner. The post is there, and Ethan able to flick this one out. The commit is there, but that is going to more than likely be that a miracle that doesn't exist needing to happen. The Yard Goats have heard my qualms, queries, and questions, and have slapped me into the dirt, finding themselves in the finals.
That was absolutely incredible. Look at Plum's accolades. They were going off the board yet again. Absolutely incredible. It's not Tut and Tut. There wasn't two of them. They also weren't playing two people.
Tut looks like pain.
It was Ethan, Plum, and Tut being absolutely clutch for one another. Fantastic job. Congratulations, Yard Goats. You guys earned your opportunity to continue to move on forward. Heavy-handedly, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, and again, it's one of those things where we mentioned that, you know, Rocket League does have an opportunity to kind of be a tango, a tug of war of momentum and figuring out your opponents, trying to find the pace you want to play. Apparently the Yard Goats, the pace is just go. And they did a phenomenal job as far as fighting their way back here. I'm curious if we have the information as far as like who knocked them to the lower side and if that's who they're going to be seeing here in the very near future. Because if that is the case, again, this team looks completely different than when we first saw them earlier this morning.
I think we actually might have the opportunity to take a quick look at our standings and bracket. We are going to continue to follow the Yard Goats all the way through the rest of their journey here until it ends because as we mentioned earlier, we are following the victors of from earlier after our break to the end all be all of this thing, and right now we're just following the Yard Goats. We're tailing them.
Hey, they've been doing some damage left, right, and in between, and we will see if they can continue that momentum or if the grand champion of the upper side is willing to stop them in their tracks. Don't go anywhere. More 3v3 Rocket League action with the USO here from the Boise State Battle Arena coming at you in just a bit.
Do you think we can do it like James Bond style?
Yeah, we only one way to
Champions?
find out.
Dun dun
Only-
dun 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 dun. I made it! I made it! I made it!
Yes! Did I get it? Yes!
Well done.
We killed it!
It feels great to be able to give back to the community of active duty and veterans.
And of course I went on the USO's channel.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. Here today for the June USO Community Cup Rocket League 3v3 tournament. Powered by Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, teams will compete in a best-of-3 double eliminations for $1,200. By the way, we're at that final match as we speak. Since 1941, the USO has been the nation's leading organization to serve men and women in the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they join through their assignments and deployments, and as they transition back to their communities, the USO is always there by their side. My name is Chizu, that is Nerdy Bird, and we have one, maybe two final matches as we do find ourselves in the grand finals. The Yard Goats versus USAE in the grand finals. Now, if you were just now joining us, the Yard Goats have fought their way from the brink of elimination and now find themselves in the final match of the day. If they do pick up the first victory, it will force a match reset, and then it will be winner take all. But if USAE just opens up a can and starts smacking people around, we'll call it right then and there.
I am definitely curious to see how this shakes out. You and I are a little curious about who knocked down the Yard Goats, if we're correct, right?
Yeah, we don't really have that information, but
if it was USAE, that'll be kind of amusing.
I mean, that'd be a little rude dude situation for sure. Welcome back, let me do it again kind of situation, but it is what it is, man.
And in case you're just joining us here, this is how teams were selected, the U.S. military active or reserves. It was the top team hosted the first match, the bottom bracket team hosted the second, and it was best of 3 double elimination. So, as we mentioned earlier, if the Yard Goats win, it's a bracket reset. They have to do it all over again. But if USAE wins, then that is the end-all, be-all, and they walk away with the victory and their heads held high. And we do have a prize pool of $1.2 grand, as well as first place being $600, second place being $400, and third being $200.
Yeah, and that's a huge chunk of change, as I've been saying all day. Like, when was the last time you made $200, let alone any money, by sitting and playing video games on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon? If you're anything like me, the answer is never, because you're bad at video games. But that being said, we have so much to offer as far as the people who can play these games, and we have seen just screaming demons, as I'm going to call them. They've been putting these keys of the game to good use.
Yeah, Stock's keys to the game are presented today by the Mutual of Omaha, and those keys in the game are create mistakes, punish double commits, and use boost wisely. Bump opponents to disrupt. I'm going to add bump and demo, and then also, of course, allay those demos. This tournament is supported by Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. They provide service members and their families with the resources needed to learn about their VA home loan benefits. Through their support of the USO's transition program, they host workshops that provide valuable knowledge to those that serve our country. Thank you, Mutual of Omaha, for being part of the USO family and a force behind the forces.
Absolutely, and I do love the use boost wisely, but as we have alluded to earlier, the whole demo and bumping situation has paid dividends for both of these teams today, especially the Yard Goats, who again have had the longer day today as they've been playing match after match after match after match. USAE has just been sitting there collecting intel, looking at their notes and going, okay, probably playing some training, some shot mechanics kind of stuff. So we'll see what the situation is. We're going right into this one, Nerdy. It's the Yard Goats versus USAE. Winner take all, unless it's the other one, and then we got to do it again. But Slick Mike, we're talking about those faces. He's got that sleepy one, a little sleepy face, but is definitely a resident sleeper, as he has been pretty much the backbone of this USAE team.
I'm really curious to see if taking that break is going to be kind of the Achilles heel here for the USAE team, because, as you mentioned, the Yard Goats have been playing back-to-back games. Will that be what they need to come out on top of this one? But we have
Ioka
coming out clutch.
This is actually a best of 5. Okay, so Ioka comes up. Ethan tries to knock that out. That one goes in. Sorry, correction. This is a best of 5, so there does need to be 3 victories for the team in question. USAE looking to start it off, though.
And pulling that off can be very difficult if you're rooting for the Yard Goats, because they could just be absolutely exhausted at this point, having to play so many back-to-back games. So, is the well-oiled machine, the warmed-up team that has been playing, going to have the upper hand, or are they going to be too exhausted right now? Ethan is telling me to shut the heck up. I play Rocket League for hours on end every day, no matter what, when I have free time, so it's okay.
That is unfortunate. We were talking about the aggression, and that one comes out really, really weird, and it is just a gift-wrapped package for the Yard Goats. They see an opportunity, they take it, and are rewarded. So we'll see how this continues on, but that came off of Ioka. Super weird. Plum is up, but denied there by Dizzy.
Slick Mike gets challenged by Tut. Aoka goes in to send it right back to Slick Mike. A challenge from Ethan. Aoka and Ethan on the 50-50. Aoka wins. Plum off the backboard board, though, is managing to dunk it down over towards Tut, but Tut whiffs on the elevation line. Dizzy snagged that off the wall. And it does look like Slick Mike's going to go for the shot. Ethan spikes it off the ceiling. Aoka goes down, passes it to Tut. Tut at the midfield, has to play it around Dizzy. Can't quite get it past him.
Yeah, Dizzy's actually going to get a second attempt on there. Tut is up. Aoka going to be denied there. Opportunity just turned away and ever so swiftly as Slick Mike looking to strut his stuff. That shot comes off long and wide. More of a little shovel pass, but is going to go past the net. As that one should be easily turned away there by Dizzy, looking to recollect it. Tut's trying to make a cutoff here, is not able to do so. Plum up and misses. That one hits the crossbar. Slick Mike can't finish it. It is a comedy of errors and tragedy nonetheless, as no one's able to find anything here. Tut is up. Plum's gonna miss that one there because it's turned away by Slick Mike, and Dizzy runs up center.
Ball here in the corner on the side of the yard. Goats back third. Can they find the clear? They will. It's going to go down to Tut. Tut is immediately going to be stopped by Slick Mike. Ball popped up right in front of the net. Aoka goes for the
huge.
Slick Mike. Slick Mike comes in slick. That's goal number 2 for USAE. But Yard Goats only have to find one for themselves in order to equalize this out. That is easy to do so long as they don't let any more go past them.
Man, I wish I was as cool as Slick Mike. Hits it up off the wall, lets his teammate rebound it, and just, you know, finishes what he starts. Just see, look at that. I wish I was that good. That's why I'm not playing.
It looks like USAE did their research. I mean, they're demoing either Plum or Ethan constantly right now to make sure they are out of play, which is what they need to be doing to shut down most of the Yard Goats' opportunities.
Big off the backboard. Second attempt is not there. Slick Mike knocked this one out. Let Dizzy try to carry it up as well, but Tut is there. Actually, great stop on either side and a great continuation of momentum.
Ethan pushing forward, now looking to go off that backboard. Tries to go for, I believe that was an attempted slippery shot, not quite. Anyway, we have Dizzy now pushing forward. It looks like Slick Mike's going to get a nose on it. Dizzy whiffs it, but the follow-up from Aoka is great. Plum finds the save. Elevation double commit between two members of the Yard Goats. Not punished, but Dizzy's going to snag it up the ground. Aoka going for another opportunity to set it up. Tut finds the clear to the midfield, with Slick Mike coming in for the shot on goal, perfectly centered. All three members of the Yard Goats in one spot. They're not trusting each other right now. The rotations aren't on point. They need to clean this up if they want to find that one goal they need.
Huge opportunity, and right now USAE is just absolutely unrelenting here. How many shots are you gonna let them take? There's another one right there. Dizzy on the ball, but it just looks like all of the orange is all up in their net all this game. Another shot is turned away.
Dizzy going for another opportunity. Aoka's there. It looks like Ethan's going to go for the challenge. They have it, pushing forward, dunking it down to Plum. Plum's going to hit it off the wall. Crossing midfield stripe now. Dizzy is there. Shot. Looks like there's this awkward Slick Mike bump there. With Plum take out Slick Mike as well. Perhaps Yard Goats did their research too, and we're scouting a little bit on USAE. Plum dunks the ball down towards the net. It is going to be saved by Slick Mike. Ethan goes for the secondary touch, and it hits
double whip
crossbar.
Oh, but the third attempt is denied. But the fourth is good. Okay.
It's good.
It's good. To a side. But what a sequence. Plum gets denied right there. The two previous shots looked absolutely stellar, but were turned away. It's the fourth time being a charm. Tut scores one. It equalizes this. USAE Yard Goats tied with 56 on the board.
Off the 50-50, it looks like the possession's going to go in favor of USAE. Ball going into the corner on the back third. Yard goes side. It's going to immediately get cleared across that midfield stripe. Plum goes for the challenge. Aoka beats them to it, sending the ball right back across that stripe. Slick Mike sending it into the corner. Ethan snags it. Awkward ping pong action between them and Plum. Plum's going to take out Slick Mike. Tut in that corner, barely makes the save by Aoka there for the follow-up. I mean, you put the defender out of position off that save, and you just immediately send it right back into the net. That's the type of setup you want to see.
What a little flick. What a little flick. As you mentioned, gets the attention of the defender, and well, you can't really go backwards as fast as you can go forwards. So that's just a great heads-up play there from the side of USAE. And again, this is a best of 5, and so far this game 1 is absolutely stellar. Up and away off of the crossbar and in. Ethan coming in clutch.
I mean, right there, we saw Plum take out the defender.
And so Ioka had to elevate, couldn't get there in time. Slick Mike tried, couldn't get there in time either. With that, we are tied 3-3, 20 seconds on the clock. Both Plum and Ioka are putting in work right now. Plum being a little bit more heavy-handed with the demos than Ioka, but across the board, all the teams working overtime. As far as accolade collecting goes, it looks like Yard Goes has got to catch them all.
Absolutely, and this is actually a scary situation. Final seconds on the clock, but Ioka saves this game from being done before the OT. As I am almost assuredly going to see a golden goal scenario here. Ethan off of the wall, and there it is. So we are going in. Next goal wins game 1. And we got ourselves a series here right off of the bat. That one, Slick Mike not able to win it. Dizzy is going to miss that one as well, so that means the side of the Yard Goats has a chance. They're going to push this one out, though. Ethan up and slows the roll. But Ioka is going to continue on. Plum says, not this way, friend, as it looks like Slick Mike was looking for a chance.
Tutt here in the corner, going to play it forward. He's going to be pushed down over towards Ioka. Ioka is not going to be able to find a clear. Dizzy pushing into the corner yet again, looking for an opportunity to find a clear once again. Tutt now pushing forward, and it looks like Slick Mike got in that passing lane, stealing away, ball to the ceiling. Ethan struggles to keep possession, and an open goal situation. We won't talk about it.
No, Mike smacked him in the mouth.
Yeah, we won't talk about it. We're going to say that was all just Slick Mike. It did not touch you at all. Plum, both the face characters there. Just look, I think the sleepiness versus the angriness won out on that case. And
oh no!
With that, game number 1 in this best-of-5 series will go in favor of the USAE.
What a read. What a look. Sorry, I have this look on my face right now because that's twice that we've seen that now. Of just like, I'm going up to stop it. And then you don't. And then it's in your goal. And it's like 20% your fault. 40% your fault. Okay, it's about 100% your fault. But Slick Mike came in and barreled that one into the goal. Again, he's not there. That play runs out completely different. But it was just kind of a sloppy catch as far as the aerial was concerned. And Slick Mike does Slick Mike things, a.k.a. makes him pay. So first round going to USAE.
And this USO tournament is supported by the Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. They provide service members with their families with the resources needed to learn about VA home loan benefits. Through their support, the USO's transition program, they host workshops that provide valuable knowledge to those who serve our country. Thank you, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, for being a part of the USO family and the force behind the forces.
Yeah, big thank you, of course, to the viewers as well, all the people here as far as Twitch chat is concerned, and the players. They have put on quite the show. Again, we saw goal after goal after goal. Like, that was one of the closest matches. And what else would you expect in the grand finals than both teams being absolutely stellar?
I wanted to go all the way, best of 5, overtime, every single time. I know it's painful for the GOATs. I'm very sorry, guys, but like, I love it when it's that close. Just, I really hope you're either A, caffeinated, B, well hydrated, C, eaten enough food today, and are awake. Unlike Slick Mike, who appears based off of their name to be a little bit sleepy.
Sleepy face. What a cool little move there from Ethan, and it almost actually paid out. But instead, Tutt's going to have to try to finish this. Up goes Ioka, able to push that one out. Dizzy is there. Plum looking evil, but going to whip on that one. The King Tutt himself puts that one in the corner. As it does appear, Plum should be able to corral this destruction derby, baby, as the demo is going to come on through. Dizzy picks up that big boost and should be able to help his crew. That was scary as bleep as Slick Mike rolls that under 2 players. He's putting it in for his teammate and is denied and rejected like a bad kidney. As it looks like Tutt here going to be looking for something, but be found wanting as Mike pushes forward.
Ethan off that corner sends it right back to the back third of USAE's side. Looking for an opportunity to dunk it down to Tutt. Instead, it's going to go to, I believe, yes, Plum. Plum shot on goal saved by Dizzy at the last second. Ball still not out of here, out of the back third just yet. Volleyed across the midfield stripe. Ethan elevating, looking for Plum. Finds Plum, but Plum finds Ethan's car. So with that, it's going to automatically roll back towards the GOAT side of the field. Ioka dumps it down in front of the net. There's a save from Plum, sent to the midfield stripe.
Oh, they just got beat there, and Dizzy's now on the weird angle, but is allowed by his teammates to recollect himself. The question is he going to be able to push this one out? It looks like he has found an opportunity as Plum going to push this one back. Dizzy looking to stop it. That ball's not even moving. Just rolling back and forth. Here we go. That shot is huge. Turned away by Tutt. Ethan coming back here on the 3rd post, or the 3rd man. But that one pushed forward there by the rest of his crew. Slick Mike looking to push this one forward. It's crossed at a dangerous angle, but no second man to be that hat.
Tutt sniping that ball away from Ioka. Now, Oh, the angle. You can't bend it like Beckham from right above the net.
Well, yeah, you really can't. That play right there was so sketchy and so dangerous, and the return was even better. I was actually left speechless, which is a very rare thing for me. Ioka off the left-hand side of the wall. Slick Mike lying in wait, looking for his chance to strike. This is it, but gets a little bit too excited. He's going to miss that one by just a little bit, but Dizzy should be able to buy his team some time, and by time, I mean that shot turned away by his individual Ioka.
Ioka and Dizzy colliding with one another. Need to make sure they're not doing that because that could hamper your team's progression here going forward. We are past the 2-minute 30-second mark. No goals have been scored. We've seen a lot of risky plays. We've seen a lot of double commits. We've seen a lot of teams hit each other. I mean, by that I mean their teammates.
Wait a second.
Let's see if they clean them. Stop Ioka off the back wall. Can't find the
punish.
Slick Mike going forward. No pressure, but Ethan finds the save.
That was so disgusting and almost worked out. He just had one more second of patience that might have gone in. The flick was denied. That shot stopped in its tracks as Dizzy will be turned away. Slip Mike off the wall, just, watching, seeing what his teammates are doing as this one is going to go up. Too far to the left, too high and above, as Ioka feels pretty confident pushing this one through. Again, 0-0 with 1:30 to go. Absolutely opposite of what we've seen all day.
I mean, if you look at it from the perspective of soccer, that's a good game of soccer.
Right.
As we push forward now with, I believe that's Dizzy. Yes, looking to dunk it down towards the net. Saved by Tut. Volley to the mid where Ethan was perfectly waiting. Hits the back wall, but can't find the direct perfect at the net. Ball going to the back third of the yard goes side of the field. Now, Tut has it going off that back wall yet again, but has no teammates. Can they make this work? They cannot. Slick Mike finds a save and gets the save medal for themselves.
It's like they're playing a game of 500. Whoever can catch the ball wins. That one goes up and over. Ioka gonna save that one as well. This one just spiked into the middle of the field. Looks like Ioka once again going to be able to corral this for his crew. That shot angled very weirdly, and Tut finds the net. The Yard Goats are alive and with the lead.
All right, so
just a weird angle.
The Yard Goats aren't out of the woods yet.
Sure.
I mean, you're in buzzer beater territory, could send us to overtime. 46 seconds, you could actually see multiple goals scored in that amount of time. So they're looking for one more goal to make sure that they are sitting in a comfortable position here for the remainder of this game 2 in this best of 5 series. USAE looking for 2 goals themselves. Who's going to find them? Looks like Dizzy's going to try and make it happen, but just a little bit too far to one side.
Oh, that looked so beautiful, but then it just fell apart. Tries to chip that one in, is not going to be able to get it. Ioka has set up the rest of the crew, but there is nobody there to do anything with it. It does look like Slick Mike is going to be challenged there. Now they're up and over. Ethan has found an opportunity, but is stopped there by Dizzy. Where's number 2? Do they have it? Dizzy going up, and now it looks like Slick Mike on goal, but away, not able to finish. The final shot is there, but not in.
Dump the ball, okay.
Crazy opportunity. We have ourselves a series, 1 aside, as the Yard Goats find the victory.
You know, the one thing that drives me bonkers is when a team is in the lead, but it's literally by a narrow hair, and the opportunity is presented to the team that it's down by 1 to find the equalizer goal to try and keep the ball alive. I'm so glad that ball got grounded. I just do not like it when they're like, oh, I want another goal. And then when in doing so, they actually end up allowing the other team to find the equalizer and we go to overtime.
Right. Well, I mean, that is more Rocket League at the end of the day. So hopefully we can, just get, I want a decider. I want like a big match. I want to see the explosion of the floodgates for either one of these teams. I want to see that momentum being ridden into the next round. Because as we look at this, it seems a little like left and right in between. You know what I mean? You talk about a good game. I want someone to go final form and just open up on the other crew now.
I think if the Yard Goats, I think they're metering themselves a little bit here because of how long they've been playing. They had so many back-to-back games at this point, and they're anticipating bringing this into a bracket reset situation. We are now for this series, which is a best of 5, to a best of 3. Whoever wins the next 2, if they can, will close it out. Will it be the end all be all, or are the Yard Goats going to force the bracket reset?
Yeah, and it's a great little thing to consider is that, again, as you mentioned, the Goats have been going all day. USAE played a couple of games and found themselves on top of the mountain. So we'll see how it unfolds. Again, Ethan getting fancy off the kickoff. That was dangerous. as Hartford look to strike right off the bat, but Aoka is up. The rest of the crew is there. Does look like Mike will be able to put that one away. Just kidding. Plum gonna carry this one through as well.
Immediately beam to the corner here, and Dizzy off that corner from Aoka. Got to find the first goal, and I think that was the fastest we've seen a goal scored here between these two teams thus far.
At least in this series, for sure. Just absolutely textbook. Finds an open man. Defense is not in position, and that's going to be a easy peasy, freezy goal with 4:37 left on the clock.
23 seconds to find the first goal. Definitely very different than we saw in the first two games. Ethan now looking for one themselves with a challenge from Aoka. Cannot be beat. Dizzy pushing forward now. Ball gets set to the side. Two whiffs from the yard goats. Allows Aoka to find goal number 2, and USAE has come alive.
It's like I asked for this to happen. This is like my doing by challenging someone to just kind of go peanut butter banana sandwich crazy. Again, 2-0 is not necessarily a blowout with 4:20 still left on the clock.
Feels like any team you call out immediately responds. I think we just need to stop.
I want both teams to have fun.
There we go.
That shot is turned away there. Ethan looking like he's having a good time. That shot as well going to be turned away by Aoka. As Dizzy looking to make something happen here. A little bit of a flip reset, or sorry, a half flip set. As Aoka is going to be pushing.
Tut now goes to center it off the backboard. Dizzy whips it on their elevation. Ball sent to the side. Slick Mike pushing forward. Plum's going to elevate. Whip it again. Slick Mike takes out the defender, but the ball is already been redirected across the midfield stripe. Dizzy sending it right back to Slick Mike. Ethan gets in that passing lane. Ball pumped up by Aoka. That looks like Plum's going to turn it around again.
Actually, very, very dangerous there for a quick second on the side of the Yard Goats. They kind of just fed that one over. Thank goodness they were able to respond in kind. But USAE already up 2, looking to make a name, and they only have to win this one series. I can only imagine how exhausted the side of the Goats are. You play 10 games of Rocket League, it takes quite a bit of time. You continue to try to fight out at a grand championship. You are destined to make mistakes, and that one is a good mistake, as it looks like they do have some aggression here to work with.
Looks like Dizzy's going to force forward. Tut's going to try and boost them around, allow Ethan to cut in. Ethan now has to beat Aoka to this ball. Can they? They will not. They will also snag that boost. Ball's been sent to the other side. Still here on the USAE side of the field. Looks like Plum got a nose on it. Dizzy did as well. Aoka goes for the clear, crosses midfield. Plum sends it to the back wall on their own side of the field. Risky play does end up working out. Ball crossing midfield stripe, and it's like Mike, the powerhouse, the double demon, the demon on 4 wheels, had possession for a moment. Tut though elevating, has the ball, leaves it for Eden. That was a beautiful pass. Plum though can't reach it in time.
And Slick Mike with a great response has an opportunity, puts it in! Dear Diary, today I was gifted an opportunity. This is it. And again, Slick Mike off of the defense, finds the top left of the goal. Somebody was there, just not able to get up and forward quick enough. USAE up 3-0 and looking so fancy while doing so. This beer here that Aoka gonna go up, gonna flail around for just a smidgen of time.
Tut pushes the ball into that corner, trying to center for a teammate, but all 3 of them were unfortunately in that same corner, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it with the I'm
just gonna keep doing it, ready? Oh no.
This is not what we want to see.
I mean, if you're on the USAE side, it's exactly what you want to see. Someone that's asleep at the wheel, you know what I mean? Driving off the cliff, you know, running up that hill, as they say. Because it looks like Slick Mike could have put this one on. Tut pushing it up. Nice little move there. Ethan waiting in the wings with his best Miles Morales impression. And it looks like Aoka gonna flick this one over. Slick Mike was looking to strike. Not gonna happen, as Dizzy should be able to move this one back into the corner as well.
And we do have Ethan Duncan down.
Ooh.
Just under 2 minutes left. I'm gonna say it's 2 minutes just so in case these guys have the stream running, you hear me say you've got 30 seconds per goal, roughly. Actually about 45 now. You only gotta get 3. Can you do it? I think so. Is it possible? Yes. Will it happen? I have absolutely no idea.
Sharp Rocks at the bottom, bring it on. Anyways, as they move on, 3, yeah, that's a hefty amount. Like I said, USAE's been playing absolutely nuts. That roll right there, super fancy. And as far as the rest of the USAE is concerned, everybody firing on all cylinders. You take a look at the side of the Yard Goats. It's basically, you know, Ethan and Tut. Plum has to make something happen. Get the evil eyes, and as I say so, he attempts, but it is just not enough.
Dizzy sealing that ball away from Plum. Tut goes forward, pops it up, has time, can take a few touches, leaves it for Plum. Plum sends it into the corner, but it's immediately taken away by Ioka. And USAE taking a page out of the Goats, out of the Yard Goat side of the book here and getting them passing lanes. The Yard Goats need to start anticipating this, getting ready for it. They got to make up 3 goals. If they don't win this one, that's okay. They still will have an opportunity to bring it back, but that will put USAE at match point. Something they do not want to be dealing with here. Ethan trying to get this ball away. Ioka whips it. Plum sends it down off the backboard. Angle. The game physics, the game rules, the laws of soccer are not in your favor. And that ball ever so desperately rolls away from that goal line. USAE on the return finds game. It will goal number 5.
You can't kill me if I'm already dead. Last-ditch effort is punished immediately. And not that there was already a tough hill to climb, it is literally impossible now at this point. 4 goals, 40 seconds. I mean, I guess it's not literally impossible, but it's pretty difficult. You know, it's like not studying for your SATs and hoping to get into a good college. You know, it's just like, we'll wing it and see what happens. Where would you like to go? UC Berkeley? Not going to happen. So USAE will be taking their second match, more than likely, putting them, as you said, Nerdy, at tournament point.
Now at this point, we're looking for like just a little slight morality boost, but do not let Mike do any more work. Slick Mike has accolades across the board. There's no room left on that human being side to collect more at this point. They have every badge, they have every Pokemon. We are crossing down. No time left on the clock. Ball is dunked down. USAE walks away with the Game 3 victory, putting themselves at match point.
Oh, man, and it was so even there for so long from the looks of it, which is so precariously interesting because it's not how I would anticipate things happening. And, oh, my goodness, it looks like Dr. Haskell has come back to show off his fandom here, as it appears he has gone to the local tattoo parlor and has shown his support for the Yard Goats with it. Wow. What'd that run you, Doc? 150? 200? With the 3 colors. So. The 3 colors. Well, if you are a fan of the Yard Goats, you now have another amongst your crew. As Dr. Haskell again. And look at those guns, man. Are those registered here? You sure you don't have any like felonies or anything? Are you allowed to carry those?
I mean, it's Idaho.
Oh, I guess that's true. I forget. Right. Yeah. We can do that here. But the Yard Goats are not done yet.
No.
They can bring this back. They've already got 1 victory. They have 1 more victory. Now they're tied. And 1 more after that. They're setting the bracket back. However, USAE can kind of just do the thing if they would like to.
They can. They can't let, you know, Slick Mike do what he wants. It's going to be a quick game.
Yep.
I mean, Slick Mike, every single time we've seen this human being has put just shots on goal, saves, demolitions, assists, everything that's absolutely needed for their team to roll into the victory slot. No problem. Goats showing signs of exhaustion. They're making mistakes. Got to clean those up. Got to be prepared for the challenges. Ioka can't get high enough. Plum off that back corner. Ethan goes for it again, but the momentum, we talked about this before, it's just lost.
Yeah, it just is very deflating to see this. And again, maybe it's a matter of how many games they had to play. Perhaps it's just the skill difference. And again, I wouldn't even go that far. But Slick Mike tries there, not going to find anything. But as he mentioned, it's just been all USAE all day. And there's a demo. It doesn't look like Slick Mike going to pop that one out. Dizzy tries to push that towards the back end. Could have gotten real curious and scary there. Tut puts it off the backboard, tries to spike it on in. Aoka and Dizzy are there. Big boost picked up by Aoka. We're going to push that one out as well. Ethan trying to get a shot on goal. It's dangerous, but not direct, as it does look like Mike should be able to push this one through. We've seen it time and time again. Slick Mike with the starting goal. And just, again, a breakaway opportunity. Third man can't get there. Bing bong.
I mean, there's nothing you can do to stop that. And I'll be honest, we had Plum and Tut both very, very hurting on the boost front. So they had to take some awkward rotations to get that boost back and catch up. And with that, It was just a runaway game for Slick Mike. We have Dizzy pushing the ball forward into the corner. Tut is there to spike it right back. Ayoka elevates, dunking it down into the corner where Plum is waiting as Dizzy takes out Ethan. Slick Mike and Tut challenge for it. Ethan finds the opportunity to pop it up to Plum. Plum's gonna elevate. Ethan's there as well. Oh man, the unfortunate flat angle to the goal, and it's going to be saved by the backboard.
Yeah, they had an opportunity and just threw it away, unfortunately, as this one comes off. Ethan is not able to get what he needs. And again, USAE can literally just play defense now at this point. They have shown that they've got what it takes, and if they pick up the victory here, it's GG, WP, everybody's going home, and one of these two teams, $600 richer, very well could be USAE. So unless the Yard Goats find the secrets, that's a secret right there, but turned away real quick. They could be hurting in the interim. What a shot at Yoka! A rude dude with attitude buries that one off of the counterattack. Oh man, an unfortunate Plum puts that up off of the wall. And it's just a beautiful situation, a seize the day kind of moment, and they do just that. USAE up 2.
Ayoka, Ethan go for the challenge. Ethan's the victor of that one, collecting it off the wall. Has Plum, leaves it for them, but getting in that passing lane. It really does feel like the Yard Goats aren't ready for that. They got to be faster. They got to be ready. They got to be looking for that disruption play rather than just anticipating being able to get away with whatever they want. Disappear in the corner, sitting against Ayoka. All three members USAE are back here, though. Slick Mike rotating back, ensuring that goal is not left wide open.
Yeah, the counterattack from the Yard Goats is available, but they're just on the back foot, the back pedal, the back, whatever instance we want to talk about. It's just they've been back. Very rarely are they forward. Very rarely are they able to make a confident move. It's all questions and response to the aggression that is USAE.
In Rocket League, it's better to be the facilitator and the one making everything happen. It's better to be proactive than reactive, and right now, Yard Goats are just being forced to react to everything. Plum elevating right now, looking to dunk the ball down to Tut. Tut finds the back of the net, and Yard Goats showing signs of life. 2 minutes, 6 seconds on the clock, down by 1. Can they do it? Yes, they can. Let's see if they'll pull it off.
You were absolutely correct there, Nerdy. They had to be aggressive. They had to run with that momentum, and the one time they have it, they drive it home. Gotta love it.
Do it again.
Do it again. 2:06 left on the clock, so plenty of time to turn this game all the way around. A little bit of a world stutter. What a save. Left down, left down, left down. Absolutely stellar there from the side of USAE. That would have been an equalizer, but instead turns into a heartbreaker.
Off the backboard, Plum takes out Ayoka. Dizzy takes out Ethan, so we're equal as far as manpower goes on the field. Dizzy pushing forward, tries to be stopped by Ethan. Plum tries to rotate to get in there.
Wow.
Mike takes out Ethan, so it's just a bloodbath at this point, trying to make sure everyone's just losing power on that field. Plum sends it to the corner. Ayoka's waiting. Ayoka dumps it down. He's gonna get it past nobody as Tut snags it away.
Yeah, great move here. They need to capitalize on it, but instead are stuffed down. Ayoka looking to get fancy. Nice little flick. The elevation's there. Second touch from the defense is gonna put that one over the crossbar.
Dizzy pushing forward at the midfield stripe. Tut's gonna snag that ball away. Slick Mike is waiting in the wings. Can they snag it? They kind of do. Ethan, though, off that awkward pinch off, is gonna send the ball back towards that net. Plum looking for an opportunity. Has it stolen away by Ayoka, who's crossing the midfield stripe.
Oh, an absolutely awesome run there. Slick Mike is gonna pick up the scraps, the pieces, not able to find an angle. Ethan picking this one up and flying over into the left-hand corner. Ayoka is up and is going to meet an opposing member in the air, but this one is huge from Slow Mike. Tut looking off the post. No third man to be had, or even a second for that matter, as it does look like Dizzy is going to be forced to play this from the side of USAE.
We have less than 30 seconds on the clock. These could be our last 30 seconds here. And with that, Slick Mike is actually going to put up another goal for USAE. 20 seconds left. Yard Goats down by 2. That's 1 every 10 seconds. Not impossible, but extremely, extremely difficult.
If you are a 500-pound female, it might be time to start warming up those vocal cords, because this may be the end of Fat Lady Sings.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
I'm just making sure.
I know I have the 100-yard stare. It's okay, but I did understand.
Did you just say that? Yes, yes, I did. Right now, USAE looking to put the capitalization at the beginning of their victory and the exclamation point at the end of this sentence. However, huge move
That was some fancy tire work.
4 seconds. 1 goal separates. There's a chance.
Keep it in the air.
There's a chance.
Get a kickoff goal. Keep it in the air. One of the two.
Oh my gosh. We'll see what goes on. Will the Yard Goats continue on in the tournament, or will the USAE be walking away? That is that. That is that. So close. And there it is, your champions of this tournament, USAE, picking up their 3rd victory here. Congratulations to them again. What a stellar day. Yard Goats fought so hard, got so far, but in the end, they Lincoln Parked it. And we'll be walking away with just a couple of handfuls of dollars, but I wouldn't be upset by that either. What,
no.
400 for 2nd place? Like, okay.
Still 400 cheeseburgers.
It's still 400 cheeseburgers, right?
With that being said, they fought so gosh darn hard.
They did.
They had to play so many games back-to-back. You guys did absolutely incredible. Hopefully we see you next month in our July tournament, but of course I believe that's going to be Fall Guys, not Rocket League. Still be funny.
I can play that one. I can do that one.
Okay, so Adam would like to join you guys.
Pick me. Pick me.
With that being said, do you have any large takeaways from this tournament overall?
The USAE consistently, no matter what tournament we're running, has a presence that is steadfast, resilient, and quite frankly terrifying. And it's time and time again, tried, true, and tested. I love it. So well earned, well fought.
All right.
Am I surprised? Not entirely. The bigger surprise was that after 50 bazillion games, the GOATs came out and still played as strong and as heavy as they did. So
yeah, they fought extremely hard. I hope that we can see more of them in the future. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for tonight. And before we conclude with our Mutual of Omaha, before we conclude, you'll be able to watch. Oh, wait, we are going to do the player of the game.
Oh, Slick Mike. No, without a doubt.
That was so quick.
Slick Mike, absolutely.
All right.
From the beginning of this tournament, we're like, wow, Slick Mike is pretty cool. That guy seems like a Nito Burrito kind of dude. And then continued to just show up and bury people. So, anyways, that's just mine. Sorry.
No, you're totally good. Mine's going to go to Plum.
Okay, I like it. So let's take a look.
And this is the Mutual of Omaha player of the game, and it's actually going to be Ethan. Both of us are wrong. The Mutual of Omaha Mortgage and the USO have joined forces to provide service members and their families with the resources needed to learn about the VA home loan benefits. Through their support of the USO's transition program, they host workshops that provide valuable knowledge to those that serve our country. Thank you, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, for being a part of the USO family and a force behind the forces. Congratulations, Ethan. You are the player of, well, I'm going to give you the player of the series.
There you go. Yeah, no, and I 100% agree that Ethan was one of those individuals who could certainly be in contention for that as well. War Eagle is someone that we saw. Just really, everybody had a shining moment here, I think. And I don't get to say that very often. Sometimes you're like, Steve sucked today. There was no Steve today.
Okay, good thing there was no booger in the punch bowl. And Ethan, you did a fantastic job. Granted, yes, your team did not come out on top, but you definitely were a driving force behind why they made it to the grand finals out of our Redemption Zuko bracket. That was absolutely incredible to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, though, that will be the end of our show. And before we conclude with our Mutual of Omaha Mortgage Top 5, we'd like to give a major thank you to all of our competitors, and I hope to see you back next month for the USO July Community Cup featuring Fall Guys. Perhaps Adam will be participating in that. If he is, that would be absolutely incredible. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow the USO on Twitter at the USO and join the USO Discord at discord.gg/the USO in all caps. That's it for us. Make sure to follow us here on Twitch and keep up with all the exciting future content. And now we'll close out with the Mutual of Omaha Mortgage Top 5 plays of the game. Mutual of Omaha Mortgage and the USO have joined forces to provide service members and their families with the resources needed to learn about the VA home loan benefits. Through their support, the USO Transition Program, they have hosted a number of workshops that provide valuable knowledge to those that have served our country. Thank you, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, for being part of the USO family and the force behind the forces. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here tonight from Boise State Esports. That's all we have left. Stay healthy, stay happy, wear your sunscreen, drink some water, and we'll see you next time.
Is not going to find it as Tut's going to be forced back as well. That's not a great clear. And in fact, dangerous is all get out as Spooky punishes.
Yep, Spooky is a shooter in the purest sense, and that's a compliment right there. Doing a nice job, perfect touch. Yeah, goes against the grain.
But you shot it right at Jakey, you can't do that!
Okay, but you can do that.
All right.
Excuse me?
All right.
Excuse me? Just, no one talks.
Let's see how they shake out against the Aviation Nation White team.
You need to watch out for Tut. We were singing the praises of War Eagle. Never mind, look out for Ethan.
22 seconds are what?
This dude is sniping. Watch this. What a great little turnaround, and it comes off just perfect. You could not ask for a better situation.
Easy to get back. Shot. Oh, Spooky can't quite get there. Oh, another shot. This is looking good.
Huge. This all fell apart because of the offense here. Spooky puts this up, so now this net is open, but you see the individual Plum tries to come on in there. Spooky's in his way. They are not able to turn AE. They're going to continue on now, push their counterattack, and little 1v1 play here. Nice little push, nice little bomb. It's huge. USAE is back into it. What a play.
Equalizer by Dizzy, getting it centered there. Nice little touch. He doesn't get the credit for it, but I just call that Dizzy shot. Yeehaw in